computer. There we go. Okay, it's recording. Cool, great. Do I want to record on this computer or do I want to record on the cloud?
I always record on this computer. That's up to you.
I will stick to that because I don't. The cloud seems like it knows things, and I don't like that.
Yes, and then you have to like keep your laptop on for like an hour afterwards.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
the cloud does. Maybe the cloud could be our biggest fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
FBI agent.
Yeah.
Like,
at some point, I will work out how the hell to use recording software and do what Mikawai does, which is actually put all this bullshit on YouTube. Which would be fine. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, we just got a message in the group chat, Niimi. From Mikawai.
Okay.
Speaking of the devil. But it's fine.
He will appear.
Speaking of the devil, and he'll appear in the group chat to discuss the fact that we gave him a shit ton of feedback this afternoon.
Requested, not
requested feedback, and I will request feedback also. But like also, we've been oh boy, that session's been a lot recently, and we turned around and went, please let us rest. Like,
please let us have a slice of life week.
Please, somebody.
Hello, I would like my character to make a stew, please.
For the love of God, everything has been horrible for 4 weeks.
Yeah, you just need like a beach episode.
Please.
Yeah,
we
don't
we?
We turned
they
around
need
and
a
went,
beach
Mikawai,
episode.
please. You can't talk, Astrid. You betrayed us, so get fucked.
Yeah.
What was that? Sorry, Leo.
We need like a beach episode in Galvin's game, but not because it's too intense, but just because it's been going on for too long, and this day has gone on for like 3 months.
Yeah, I'm like, when did I last take a long rest?
I literally met you guys last
100
night.
years ago.
I met you guys simultaneously 4 months ago and last night.
Yeah.
This is
It's like, well, I adopted a child.
Wild,
Single
isn't it?
day.
And I feel like my relationship with Tetra is going way too fast. I don't know why I've adopted Tetra so fast.
Because otherwise
you were just like, I must adopt this tiny child. And I'm like, okay,
otherwise she'd sabotage the campaign because she's 7 years old and a level 3 rogue. That's why.
But as a character, Kayla has no reason to be this attached to 7-year-olds.
Yeah, that's fair.
After like 12 hours.
And you killed people yesterday night.
Mm-hmm.
We killed a lot of people.
She killed people, and then she calls my character to be trapped under a pile of rubble.
Yeah, she did,
and nearly die.
That group is a mess. I thought
fine
if we groups were a wreck. That group is
it
the
would
worst.
not be so bad if we weren't like also having to protect and like guide this 7-year-old
child. And me and Niimi's characters have no morality. That's the whole thing.
But Melisma and Nox are completely competent, but just not at people.
Oh, okay. We have high charisma modifiers. We just don't have morality.
Melisma's very competent at people, but her actual self is not good with people. She doesn't know what to do with herself.
People, because she kind of didn't really know how to do like saying sorry and stuff.
Totally. Like she's an actress.
Yeah.
Her actress self is good at people. She's good at pretending to be good at people.
She's good at lying.
Yes, exactly. She's
really
good at lying.
It's just been thrown into this chaos party, and it's like there is a 7-year-old and 2 people who just seem to not care very much about the 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And it's
she's trying her best. But she's also only known Tetra for like 2 weeks, and Tetra has almost killed her like 3 times. Her patience is thin.
Niimi responses in the group chat.
Okay, I'll look at them.
Just have a quick look, because Mikawai has just responded to our whole, this group was great and we love you so much and you're such a good DM, but also please, for the love of God, let us have a break.
I would like a nap. I would like to have a nap in character, please.
You want to RP that nap, like,
please.
Just sit in silence on the chat while you all kind of get cuddled in.
I need a nap.
Little blanket. Claire can tuck you all in.
I'm going to cast Create Bonfire, and it's fine.
Brilliant.
And sit around the bonfire and regain hit dice, because I have abilities now. It's great. Anyway, aside from the Eberron party are a bunch of idiots who have no idea what's going on, and we've just killed a king, and Astrid's character betrayed us, which I was not surprised by, because we know Astrid. So none of us were surprised by Astrid's betrayal.
Disappointed, but not surprised.
Disappointed, but not surprised. Let us get
Ruth
started
knew.
with this game.
Ruth knew that was going to happen.
Yet again, unsurprised, dearly.
Ha.
I'm never surprised.
Went very well, Ruth.
It
Went very well.
I'm excited to hear about it.
It went very well.
I've not been taken through it yet.
I made sure that you didn't die, which...
They all tried to kill me immediately.
What did you expect?
I'm really excited to hear all about...
You betrayed us!
This is a different Zoom call.
Let me
Okay.
do my villain monologue.
Yeah. I was saying to Mikolai earlier, I kind of like, I wish we had just killed you because it would have been so funny, like completely impractical. I don't actually wish that we had, but it would be so funny if Griffith was like, ha, I'm not in fact an endearing, like Irish accented teenage girl. I am a grown man who's been tricking you. And we were all like, then perish.
Then literally perish. Then fucking die. Okay.
Anyway, should we go actually like do this game that we're playing right now?
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, okay, let's catch back up. So, been a couple of weeks. Our wonderful little group of idiots, whom I love dearly, have been searching for the cause to a disease or a poison or something like that that has been unfortunately killing people in the Stokes, in the city of Utopia. You had dealt with several sets of undead. Last session you went to the Temple of the Changebringer to try and work out where that stood as a point that most of your victims had interacted with, and found that the acolytes of the Changebringer were unfortunately being beset by zombies and a wight, which you dealt with fairly well, and the little acolytes tried their hardest, but they had 3 hit points and a +0 to their attack and a 1 damage because they're commoners. But they did try, and they did fine. You had a conversation with
and they did live as well.
They did live.
None of them
They did very
died.
well. Yeah. You had a nice conversation with the head of the church, the head acolyte, our good friend Zarans, the half elf, and he told you that his cleric isn't currently in. She called in sick, and you immediately went, "Oh fuck, we should go find out what that's about, because if it's about the disease, that's pretty bad." So you guys headed off to meet up with Zarans, and oh, that's a good point. Wait a second. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. Ruth, it doesn't record other things aside from your Zoom, does it?
No.
Because I was suddenly like, wait a second.
But also, you can check that before you upload it.
Yeah, but I was like, wait a second, this is recording, and can it see my Word document that's open that I'm currently reading off? That has the notes for the fucking campaign on it?
All of the plot.
No.
Yeah.
We are all good and will not read it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, we'd be like, I do not see.
No, but like, it's the plot. Okay, that's fine then. As long as it can't see, as long as it doesn't record anything other than using.
No, it's just a Zoom.
That's fine. I can reopen that document now. Because I have it on like split screen. I have half of the Zoom open and half with the rest of the things open, so I can see. Anyway, so you met the head cleric, the cleric of the Changebringer, Zyra. You managed to heal her. Admittedly, it was quite difficult, and you only managed to do so because you managed to get there very early on in the illness process. But Cacula, our wonderful druid, did manage to heal her.
We got him.
Yep. And Zyra said that she'd seen other people who she'd never seen before, in terms of they also got ill, so you're not sure whether or not the connection's with the church anymore. Nerin suggested that you checked the wells, and so there was some discussions about checking the wells. You took you checked the garden round the back of the Changebringer's temple, which yielded nothing. You checked the catacombs, which yielded necromancy, unsurprisingly. And you checked...
Stabbed a tree, I remember that.
You stabbed a tree, yep. You went and took a sample
After I explicitly said that we wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Making me look like a liar. That's what you did.
Yeah,
But you didn't know.
You went and took a sample from one of the wells near Zyra's house, and then purified it. And you then decided to, after popping in very briefly, to collect a detect magic scroll from Nate askew and in his nice shop. You then decided to, Astrid, don't forget to make sure that's on your Roll20 because you can now cast that one.
I've done that now.
Yeah. I just watched you go, oh wait!
I did it last week.
Okay, that's fine. You also, you went to meet Rosanna. The wonderful half-orc mother of our wonderful party, of our wonderful Hathor. Okay, cool. Nikolai, stop messaging us because I can't do two things at once, and you need me to read that feedback. You interacted with the wonderful Rosanna and her many children. You met Persephone, Hathor's little sister. You also met one of Hathor's adopted brothers, Kurt, and generally had a good time hanging out with Rosanna because she's lovely. Rosanna suggested that you may want to try talking to either the alchemists within the librarian's quarter or to the Temple of the Dark Mistress, who is the goddess of death, dependent on whether or not they'd know anything about necromancy. So you split up for the evening. Nerin and Hathor stayed at Rosanna's, and Cacula and Kitto headed back to their own places to stay. After an interesting conversation between Cacula and Kitto about, perhaps not jumping the gun when it comes to being able to work things out. But that's fine. And you all took a long rest, and we shall pick up in the morning. So, what would you like to do?
Breakfast. Are we meeting back up at...
You were meeting back up at... you were meeting back up at Rosanna's, I believe you discussed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because...
We'll head there then.
Yeah, because Nerin and Hathor are still there. So you guys head over to Rosanna's.
Nerin would have got up really early
Mm-hmm.
and been helping with rounds.
You slept.
Because Nerin is used to getting up really early.
Yep.
But also, that's what Nerin does.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. You get up really early and help out with all the things. What are you putting in our group chat?
I'm just saying affirmative stuff. Keep going. I'll tell you if anything important happens.
No, I meant our group chat rather than the Game of Daddy issues. It's Astrid putting things in our group chat, which
For God's sake,
my to-do list.
To-do list. Thank you.
Necromancy, Well Water, and the Dark Mistress is currently on my to-do list.
Ooh.
Yep.
Sounds like songs from a really dramatic fantasy metal album.
Yeah.
The Dark Mistress.
Astrid or Astrid's character.
Yeah, that's what is it Astrid or is it Hathor?
Yeah.
So you guys
This is decidedly Astrid.
Yeah, that's fine. So you guys head over to back to the place. Nerin, you help out with breakfast. It's Rosanna's happy for the help. And kind of it's a good affair where she kind of like gets you to set up a table, and there's some form of like large scale kind of porridge. Hathor, you wake a little bit later because you're not as used to being up at the crack of dawn. You're still up pretty early because you were used to being up early for school and stuff, but Nerin is like, 5 a.m. let's go, because monks. And like that was kind of the Sanctum's run, whereas you're more like 7 a.m. let's go. So
I think Hathor's more of like an 8, 9 a.m. because he's post-uni, so it's like I have no concept of time.
That's fair.
Or the
That's
passage of it.
absolutely fair. Yeah, you are woken up then by Rosanna. Like, Hathor, let's go. Your friends are here, and like Hathor like slopes downstairs. Kitto, I believe we have already established, is not a morning person. So Kitto is sleeping.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and Cacula is here, bouncing as per usual.
Yeah, Cacula bought like so many croissants. So many, too many actually. An uncomfortable amount of croissants.
Take 2 gold if you're gonna buy that many croissants.
Yeah, no, like that's an obscene quantity.
2 gold.
He's compensating for something.
Okay,
you don't know what it is, but he's trying to pay you back in croissants.
Is it hanging out with him?
You killed me. I'm trying to drink tea.
It's for murdering the DM, actually. I thought if I bought enough croissants in your pocket, in game.
I think murdering the DM needs more compensation than croissants.
No, we're going to build a new DM out of croissants. That's why there's so many.
Please,
of course.
My brain is currently cycling through lots of different options and none of them are correct as to what Cacula is trying to overcompensate for.
He just feels bad about imposing, so he's trying to pay her back in croissants. It's not that hard.
Sexual. Okay. Now I've finished dying on tea. Yeah, so you guys meet back up again. It's a little bit quieter on a morning. There's not many people here. There's still the younger kids, and Kurt is still there. No, Persephone is not. Kurt is kind of herding some of the younger children and just like trying to get them to sit down. Nerin is doing a better job than Kurt is, because Kurt is abrasive, let's say. He does not have good charisma. But his
method of corralling them is just picking up the children one by one, placing them in chairs,
down, and then they just walk off again.
And then
he's
they
like,
just
no.
go. He's like,
yeah, he's abrasive.
Nerin is new shiny person, and
yeah, they're very excited by everybody else. They're very excited by everyone else, but that's good. You all get a breakfast at the behest of Rosanna, and she's like, yes, and eventually after you've been fed, there is a few moments where the kids are all running off, and Rosanna kind of waves a spoon at you and is like, all right, you all going to be okay? Don't need anything?
I think I'll be fine. Thank you.
Be fine. Yeah. Actually, and run upstairs and grab the abjuration robes and come back down.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Fold it over one arm.
So you've got the robes that you wore. They're kind of like a long robe, like a long scholars they're a gown. They're a fucking gown, man. Why am I you're all Oxford students, you know what a gown looks like. They're a gown, but they're in white. Like icy white.
That's really inconvenient.
I have stealthed my way into Oxford Uni.
Yeah, they're like a scholar's gown in the like style, but they're like icy white for abjuration. They're different colours for different wizarding schools, but abjuration is like white.
Cacula's gonna take a deep breath, reach into his backpack, and pull out his own folded robes and put them on the table, and said, I didn't mean to eavesdrop or anything, but if you're putting yourself at risk by going into the scholars, I think it would be hypocritical, ignoble of me not to do the same. If we share the same goal, then we should perform the same actions, right?
You don't have to. Look, if it's going to put you in loads of trouble, it's not worth it.
If we just avoid the campus police, would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, like, lecturers I bailed on who would not be happy to see me and stuff like that. Like, we're not going to be long.
Like that, except if they wanted to arrest you as well.
Okay.
I mean, drones have a hood. I'll probably be all right.
Do they have a hood?
No, they don't have a hood. I really thought they... Oh, no, I bought my own. Never mind. I'll find a hood. Point is, I'm coming.
The robes for the School of History are short style wizarding robes that come to like about halfway up the calf, and I don't remember what color they are because
Grey.
They're grey. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I did write it down because you guys asked me some really fucking weird questions, like what color is the uniform? And I go, I don't know. And you go,
how
tell
pricey
me.
is the cafeteria?
Yeah, and then I have to work it out because it's not ever a question I was expected to be asked. But sure, yeah, it literally says history. The School of History wears short robes, no cowls, in a cool grey/lilac. So you don't have a hood. It literally says no cowls on my notes.
Well, look, I can't read, okay? I feel like we should all know this by now.
Mm-hmm. So, you continue.
Yes.
I was just checking.
As also a quick law question, sorry, DM.
Yes.
Would I know that if it's okay or not to bring people who aren't part of the school into the school?
If you've got a good reason for them being there, it's probably fine.
Like the library is probably not enough.
They won't question. You would know they won't question Nerin because Nerin is sanctum.
Mm-hmm.
And
you so love to lie.
Whilst Nerin is not a member of the Cobalt Soul Monks, the Cobalt Soul Monks spend a lot of time in schools, so they will look at someone in sanctum clothing and go, sanctum, and don't care. You would know that you've seen a lot of monks in and out of the libraries and schools. Other than that, you would need a bit more permission than just walking in. Yes, you could try it. You're not sure who would pick you up. Would it be the militia themselves, or would it be tutors? They're very different
sure
problems.
How we're going to get you in?
If robes are enough, and in any case, Cacula, you don't want to be seen, or you'll be arrested. Could Kitto wear your robes, and you and I stay outside? They're better at asking questions, and we don't want you getting arrested.
Or
that is a very good point.
You could go to the Dark Mistress Temple, and we could reconvene.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, I kind of picked up your accent. I'm going Bron again.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can split the party if you would prefer. Don't worry about it.
Right. You could probably get better use out of them than I ever did anyway. And he'll kind of slide them across to Kitto. You'll notice, like, on the inside, in kind of smudged ink, are, like, different, like, sketched out, looks like star maps and constellations and stuff, just, like, on the inside, along the edges, like he's gotten bored in a lecture. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do instead of paying attention? Drawing on my clothes.
I love him.
I've never really been anything like that properly, but
it's
yeah,
fine.
I mean,
you'll do fine.
But
if someone questions you, just say, "What? I pulled an all-nighter," or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Hold the book and work round like you know what you're doing. You'll be fine.
And at least...
Oh, I can definitely do that.
Cacula, if you get found out, you'll probably get kicked out, but not arrested, which is probably better.
Much better.
Yeah, well, they'd have to catch me first, so...
Exactly. Exactly. That's very true. Okay. Right.
We're not going to do.
Nice stars, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I tell you what, they make you go to an awful lot of boring lectures in the history schools. I just wanted access to the library, to be honest. Yes.
All right. Who's starting with? Let's as you guys split up. Presumably, Nerin, you give Hathor the water.
Yes.
It's not much point you taking it to the Temple of the Dark Mistress.
We each get to our own places, and then we're like, oh no!
Oh no! Yeah. Okay. Hathor you have the water now.
I think is more.
Okay. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fine.
know what vibe I would be getting, but I'll be like, who looks like they're not going to drop it?
I mean, Kitto has good decks, so
That
probably
was
very
my
good.
imagining.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start with Cacula and Nerin then.
Okay.
Let's start. You guys don't know where the Temple of the Dark Mistress is.
Look,
so...
we don't know where anything is.
No, yeah, I know.
We're the chaos gang.
Roll survival or history,
Okay.
because 5e doesn't have a knowledge local.
Not particularly good at either of those.
Whichever you would.
Wait, I lied. I've got +5 to knowledge history. Sorry,
could we not ask Rosanna for some basic directions?
Okay, yes, you're going to
That
ask
means we get
Rosanna for
advantage.
directions. That's a much more sensible thing.
Like, we could still get lost, but...
Then I'll just make you roll.
We both walk out the door and go, fuck, and go back inside.
Yeah, go back inside. And you ask Rosanna for directions, and she tells you to follow the long main road down the hill, and then when you get to the end of the road where it forks into 3, you want to take the 3rd fork, and then you'll find it. It's not well signposted, she says. She's like, it's not. The Dark Mistress's temples are specifically underground, so
don't worry about it. I'm not very good at paying attention to signs anyway.
Okay, good. They are specifically.
No matter what, even if there are signs.
Yep, just ignore them. So you're not going to find them particularly easily.
Sorry. A squirrel is climbing up a tree outside my window and then it fell down. Just little things.
Idiot.
Yeah. Keep going.
The temples are significantly underground, so if you take the 3rd fork and then you want to follow it right up just before you get to the tradesman's pillars, at the end there should be a tunnel downwards which will lead you in. They should be open now, to be honest.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
For that and just general breakfast, much appreciated.
You're part of the family now. You're one of Hathor's friends.
I shall endeavour to remain as such. Let's go! Achieve things!
Okay. I will need you to then roll either survival or perception.
Yes.
Yes.
But the DC will be lower, yes.
Oh no.
Roll from before, if that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You said survival, and then I was like, wait a second.
14.
Also 14.
That's fine. Those are fine. Yeah, it takes you like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Mainly because at the end you get a little bit lost. You follow the road and you follow the fork, and that's fine. And then you come to the end of the fork and you're like, I can't see a temple.
You see, this is why I need specific directions. People just say, and then you're there. But where is there? How do I know where it is?
It takes you about a few minutes, and then you realize that at the end of this road, instead of like the road just cutting off at a dead end, which you expected, it actually leads into like a tunnel.
The road leads you to the void.
That's where it goes.
Ah.
And you head
thinking
down.
about it, those were pretty good directions.
Yeah. You head down a set of stairs, and there is a set of closed doors. They're extremely ornate. They're kind of set in gold and black. There is on the doors themselves a small symbol of like a feather, a single feather, outlined in full gold. like maybe a sparrow's feather, and it's like set into the doors. They're closed, but again, that doesn't surprise you. It's Utopia. The hallway you're in is currently lit with ever-burning torches as well. So, not that either of you need it. You both have dark vision, but still.
Yes, I do. I was just checking.
You should. So yeah, you're in front of these doors.
Should we knock? They just kind of went in before.
I feel like knocking is probably a good idea, but I also don't know if they'll hear if they're inside a lot. Would you have knocked when you went to the sanctuary? Like, do I?
Probably, yeah. The sanctuary's pretty closed off.
Well, then I will assume that you knock.
Okay.
And knock.
Okay. You knock on the door, and there's a moment, and then you hear the sound of like skittering feet behind the door, and you watch as the doors swing inwards, and you are greeted with a short goblin, green skin, kind of very tight, wiry, curly hair, long ears, wearing deep black robes that are decorated with gold and silver, and she kind of brushes herself down and looks up at you. Hello, yes, how can I help you?
Right. Hello.
Hello.
Where should we begin?
Would you like to come inside? I mean,
yes,
you're trying to sit on the doorstep.
That would be a good start.
Okay.
That would be a good start.
She swings the doors inwards and leads you inside. The Temple of the Dark Mistress is not what you expect. She's the goddess of death and the underworld, so you kind of expected, especially with it being underground, for it to be quite dreary. It's completely the opposite. Its walls are painted in these huge curling murals that are all in full color, decorated with gold and silver paint. They're extensive and they sweep across the walls, and they're these huge, huge, wonderful things. They seem to depict scenes of life rather than death. They depict people, they depict a lot of animals. They don't depict any people. There's no humanoid figures at all. But there's a lot of animals playing and moving. There's young animals and older animals. You see every now and again instances of death. So you see a small like frog-like creature that you guys know would live in the sump, which is dead, laying on its back, and there's another one stood next to it, and it looks almost mournful. And you see a flock of ravens, and one of them at the back has fallen behind and is clearly dying. But the scenes are of life as well as death, and this goblin leads you in up to it's full of like pews. If you want an actual representative style, if you guys Google Mithraea and look on the images, it's stylistically like a Mithraea, which is a particular Roman cult, and it's it's like a cave, a curved ceiling with this cave, and it's massive paintings, and it surprises you because you had expected this to be more dreary, and it's really not. It's for a temple of death that's full of life. There's nobody else here that you can see. There are pews and pews, but there doesn't appear to be anyone here, but that doesn't massively surprise you. It's fairly early morning. It's like 9-10 a.m. So you're sort of like, why would there be people at the church at 10 a.m.? Like, that would seem weird. So you're not super surprised by the like quietness of it. And the goblin woman leads you up to the front of the church, and waves at you to like sit down on the like front set of pews, and she's like, "Can I help you? Would you want me to go get the cleric?"
Probably the cleric. My best.
And she
Thank you.
disappears behind the altar, which is made of sort of black obsidian but shot with gold. And it takes her about 5 minutes, and she comes back with a Eladrin, a half elf, full elf Eladrin, who is what season is it currently? Spring. It's currently spring, so she's in spring mode. So she has kind of like long tumbling. I'm sorry. She has like long tumbling blonde hair, and her skin is slightly greenish, and she has these long pointed ears, and her eyes are the color of cut grass, and she is wearing much more ornate robes than the goblin, and there are like long sweeping things, and she's wearing a pendant around her neck which has it's carved in like gold geometric shapes, and she kind of smiles and says, can I help you, children?
Hopefully, yes. So, right. We are investigating I guess you could call it a disease that seems to be cropping up around the area. And also at the same time, zombies, necromancy, all of that rubbish.
Furrows when you talk about necromancy.
We're not sure if they're connected, but it would seem like an awful coincidence for them not to be, because they're happening at exactly the same time and in many of the same places. Yeah. So, which should we start with?
How about you start with your names? Let's begin there. Pleasantries
that would also work.
My name is Bryneth, and I am the cleric here. Have been for a long time. What about you two?
Nerin.
Cacula Scops. Pleasure.
Nerin, you're of the Sanctum, are you not? The robes are recognizable. It's always wonderful to have one of your kind here.
Nerin looks very awkward.
So what do you wish to know? I can tell you what I know about necromancy, but I'm not sure it will help you.
Yes, well, we were also hoping if we could describe some of the symptoms of the disease to you, you might be able to tell if it's some kind of magical effect from necromancy spells. I don't know.
Give it a try. What are
might be a bit of a long shot, but at this point we'll take anything. So people are coming down with it, and in a matter of a few days, they have died. It starts with a stomachache. The next day, they get a high fever, delirium, and then death. So far, the only thing that seems to have stopped it was was it a lesser restoration or a greater restoration?
You can't cast greater.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. It was a lesser restoration spell, but I think that only worked because the patient, I guess, was only in like the first day, still fully conscious. There had been at least 6, 7, probably more victims in the past couple of weeks, all from the Stokes.
I'm afraid we haven't seen any symptoms, though that does not surprise me. If you were going to go to a cleric to be healed, you would not come to the clerics of death.
Yes, that makes sense. So, on the zombie front, yesterday... Wait, no, it was the day before that. Wait, he would have just said that character. No, but... So, day before yesterday, my wonderful friends and I were all in the marketplace at the same time, and 3 zombies attacked us. I believe it was 3. Nerin? 3? 3. We were able to dispatch them all right. No one else got hurt. But then yesterday, we were in the Church of the Changebringer. We went in just to go and ask for a bit of advice like this, and they were under attack from some zombies that were skeletons from the crypt brought alive again. Luckily, we were also able to dispatch those, and none of the acolytes got hurt, but it was quite difficult to make that happen.
Interesting.
There wasn't any magical residue left on the bodies or in the crypt that would have explained their presence other than a spell was cast on them. So it must be long range, but apart from that, we're a bit stumped, to be honest.
Interesting. Necromancy is complicated, and I can't tell you that I have a lot of knowledge of it apart from the prevention of it. It is really rather against the wishes of Our Lady to do anything to do with necromancy. It is the greatest horror against death itself. You would have to speak to the necromancers in the schools for a better knowledge of how the spell works. I'm afraid I cannot give you any information on that.
Right.
But perhaps... the disease. Why do you think it is connected?
Well, to be honest, we don't have much proof. It's more of a gut feeling, or, I don't know, an incredulousness at the idea that while this disease is killing multiple people in rapid succession in the Stokes, at the same time, just out of the blue, with no connection at all, there happens to be a series of zombie attacks in the Stokes.
There also seems to be a certain amount of geographical connection.
Ah, that is better. A gut connection, I'm afraid, dear child, means very little.
I'm aware, don't worry.
But a geographical connection may mean more. Interesting. You say this was around the area of the Temple of the Changebringer, yes?
Yes, yesterday, in the Temple of the Changebringer, actually. It was always already underway when we got there.
Although we don't know where the zombies in the marketplace came from. Presumably they didn't run all the way from that temple.
And they weren't as emaciated as the ones from the crypt in the Changebringer either.
Which marketplace were you at? There are several.
Good question.
Do you want me to tell you?
Lochnan Bazaar.
There we go. Ah, that is the closest. Interesting. Well, unless you can prove that those two things are connected, I would be wary of pushing the point. There are lots of people who are not going to be as forgiving as I that you connect those two things. Whilst necromancy is disapproved of by certain clerical orders, it's certainly not illegal, and it is used fairly significantly within this city, child.
So, slavery.
Yes. And that's the point. There are many people who would have your head for trying to do what you're doing.
I'm quite used to that, don't worry. Should we leave? I'm getting the impression you don't really want to see anymore.
You jump to conclusions. I warn you that
it's my way.
I warn you that your discussions are dangerous and your immediate response is to distrust me. Perhaps think about this, child. People who are trying to help do not appreciate their help being thrown back in their face.
Well, I apologise. But as you can imagine, this is quite a stressful situation and very time sensitive. The disease works so quickly. I apologise. Please, if you have any more helpful information, we'd be extremely grateful for it.
You said you aren't so good on the actual act of necromancy, but
No.
preventing it is more your...
Yes, I am able to remove necromantic magic if I find it.
Is there...
These temples are warded against it.
Yes. But the wards, I mean, I assume in the Changebringer's temple aren't working. Is there anything we could try to stop?
It could be that, or it could have been expansion just means that they've moved past the original wards.
The wards have to be consistently recast so that they function. It is, I would not know, you would have to speak to the temple's cleric, Zyra, I believe her name is, if you were to know about whether or not they had been recast recently. That unfortunately is not something I could tell you. They are recast very consistently here, but that is a personal thing that I see to. Other temples, it's less important to them. I believe, in fact, the Temple of the Thrice Cross Master keeps undead anyway, as useful forms of, I guess, indentured servitude that don't have minds. She kind of glowers at Cacula at that point. The disease, I have not seen anything like it, which leads me to believe it is less likely to be a pure disease. Again, it is not our strong suit. You should possibly speak to the clerics of the Hallowed One. They are there to preserve life, after all.
All right.
Or perhaps the wilderness, the god of nature. If it's not a natural disease, they will know. The Temple of the Wilderness is a little bit out of the city, though. It may take you a little time to get there. It's on the edges of the Stokes.
We will go there. If you do encounter anyone with these symptoms, then...
There's a restoration within the first day. And if not,
Yes.
make them comfortable and hold out for them. And
Quite.
their last rites. That's
Right.
what we're good at.
If there's any way you could get in contact with us, I look at Cacula. Cacula is the only one who still has
Mm-hmm.
a room that you can send people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will
If-
be able to contact you if I need to.
Yes. Or you could speak through Rosanna. Do you know?
Ermik,
Cleric.
the head cleric of the Hallowed Ones, yes. I
That's
know.
the one. Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes, I know her well.
Right.
I will
Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Perhaps watch your tongue next time.
I shall do my best.
No, you won't. Because you're
Perhaps.
not doing it now. He
Perhaps.
stands up and walks out. The goblin acolyte who's been sat there watching this entire thing goes, you really shouldn't anger her. She's not very good to calm down.
Honestly, I don't know what I said.
Well, perhaps when people are like, you should do this thing and be careful of people like being mean to you. You don't go, don't be a bitch then. That's not a very sensible thing to do, child.
Well, it seems logical, though.
No, it isn't. She was trying to help.
Cacula, should we maybe go? I don't think
Yes,
we're doing much
that-
good
that
here.
is what I've been pressing for.
Let's
But
go then. She heads
Thank
to
you
the
very
door and
much.
opens the door for you.
Nerin will attempt to make sure that Cacula leaves.
He's leaving. Don't worry, he's leaving.
see, this is why I just try to help people when they come to me and not make an attempt to go to them. It never ends well.
When we're out of the temple, then Nerin,
Yeah, obviously he's waiting till they're out of the temple.
Nerin will say,
Close the door behind you.
Cacula, I'm not very good at either, but maybe it's good to say less.
I have been told that many times in my life. Maybe one day I'll start listening.
But yes,
I don't know. Do you think we should go to the cleric of the wild ones? We've already talked to the head cleric of the Hallowed Ones. I don't know if there's much more they can tell us, to be honest.
we might as well. Unless, how long do you think they're going to be?
I don't know. I don't want to rush them. Probably quite a while. We don't have a way to contact them either, do we?
No, we don't. But
Well, let's say that you guys set a meeting time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you would have done that because you know you don't have any way to contact each other.
Okay.
Apart from
So
if you're
probably
in
like-
120 feet of Hathor.
We'd probably want to give each other like enough time to do it, especially them to like get there. What they
Okay,
need
yeah,
to
so
do
if
done and
we
get
say
back.
that you guys got to the Temple of the Dark Mistress at about 10, you guys are giving yourself maybe until midday and meet back up again at midday. So you can probably get to the Temple of the Wilderness by that point, if you'd like. It's, as I say, it's a little further out. You're going to have to make checks if you're not going to ask someone where it is.
Okay.
Roll history.
I was going to. Oh, are we near to the Stokes at the moment?
You're in the Stokes. You're if you look on the let me go on the Roll20 so I can show you where you are in the map. Oh, you're not on the map. You're on the aesthetic. 1 second. Now you're on the map. you guys are. That's not what I wanted to do. You guys are like here.
Uh-oh, Ruth has left.
Oh no, we lost Ruth.
No.
1 second. Let me make sure I can let Ruth back in. Oh no, it hasn't recognized that Ruth is gone. Okay. Yeah, if you look on the Roll20, I'll ping where you guys are.
Yeah.
You guys are here currently?
Yeah.
I'm back.
You're
There
back.
we go, you're back.
Yay!
Back, but only as an R. Is that intentional?
Baby got back.
Yes, I think it probably is.
That's
Okay.
fair. Hold the R. Yes, so yeah, you guys are quite north near the tradesman's pillars currently. You would need to, as I say, you need to make a history check to see if you know where the temple of the wilderness is.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Go for
The
it.
other thing I was going to suggest, although obviously I think it probably all depends on whether what we know vaguely even, is maybe we could go via Rosanna if it's on the way, and then we could at least also leave a message. So if they come back early, they know where we've gone, and also maybe Rosanna could give us directions again.
That's true.
Roll your history first, and
But
then
we also
I
don't
will
know if it's even
give you your information. Yeah.
What?
14, not bad.
10.
Okay, with a 14, you would know the Wilderness's temple is probably not in the center of the Stokes. You also know that a lot of sky pirates are supporters of the Wilderness. It tends to be a little more their way. So likely the top end of the Stokes where the Sky Docks is. You're not positive, but you also reckon that it's probably a lot bigger. It's probably more obvious than the Temple of the Dark Mistress. Or at least you hope it is.
And is the vague direction?
You could walk past Rosanna's on that way, yeah.
Let's maybe do that then.
Okay. So you guys are heading back to Rosanna's. I'll come back to you, obviously, and we will move on to Kitto and Hathor.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So you guys head up towards the librarian's quarters. Are you just walking around through the Stokes? Are you taking the tunnel? What are you doing?
Tunnel?
Yeah, Kitto, you know the entrance to the tunnel.
Yes.
I mean,
It's quicker to get there if we go through the tunnel. We can go around if you want, but
it's not
I've been through there
horrendous
before.
walk. We can either go down and walk through the Stokes, the back of the Sky Docks and in. Yeah. I don't think there's much point in going through the tunnel, because to go through the tunnel we'd have to go up round to the tradesman's pillars, go back down through, come out the Sky Docks. I think it's just as long.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not that close to the tunnel where you are. The tunnel would shave off time, but maybe like 10 minutes at this point because of where you are in the Stokes.
Yeah, that's...
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys head over. It takes you a little while. It's about a 45 minute walk. But you head over. Are you putting on the robes before you get there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You can put them on over your clothes. They're like, as I say, they're like gowns, so you can put them on over whatever you're wearing.
Yeah.
So that's no worries. Okay, cool. Anything else you're doing before you get to the gate?
Do you have a story you want to go with? I mean, you know this place better than I do.
I don't know. I don't know. That was your option.
Yeah, it was. It's like, where's that accent, babe?
I'm debating disguising myself.
Okay, you can.
Is it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, and I'm gonna look like basically one of the other students who I know is an abjuration wizard.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Like just I think I've seen that person in my class before, maybe, but then try and look like, rather than look exactly like them, look like I could be related to them.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. Let me double check a thing for you. Yeah, you end up looking vaguely human, maybe a little bit elven, like short, like black curly hair, and like dark eyes and like rich dark skin, and yeah, it looks it looks fine.
Yeah, like slightly dark skin, slightly shorter hair. Cool.
Not Hathor.
Not Hathor.
That's the goal.
Ruth, I need you to check your messages for me.
Okay, I will.
Ooh.
Secrets in my D&D game.
I always have secrets, me.
Secrets are very important.
I just lie all the time.
Yep.
Full of
Can I dig through my
lying.
bag and see if I have a book that's not my spell book in there?
Yeah, you would have.
And I'm just gonna hand that off to Kitto and go, there you go. Now you look way more the part.
Thank you.
You've got this. Right.
Okay. Right,
Okay.
do you want to lead? You know where you're going? I can follow you.
Just walk next to me. Where do you reckon first? We've got to hit the alchemists.
Yeah, you want to. So you're going to the alchemists. You want to head into the School of Materials.
School of Materials. I was also thinking we could probably check the library. That wouldn't be a bad idea. At least then if we dig through some of the spell books on the rituals to do with necromancy, I'm sure we can just disappear off into the back of the library. If we dig through some of the spell books, we can at least have an idea of what is required to conjure undead at distance, at range.
Yeah.
It'll at least cross a couple of places and people off the list, maybe. Narrow our field.
Okay. Where's closest? We can start there.
Where is closest?
The Materials, probably. The Materials school is quite close to the exit.
Cool. Well, let's do...
Okay.
Yeah, let's do alchemists first. And then if we get kicked out of the library...
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Move and turn a light on because I realised that I'm really dark. So.
It's very dark.
It's very dark. Nobody can see anything.
Oh, I realised I've gotten quite dark as well. I'm going to do the same.
Wait, take a second to turn a light on so that
you guys gotta get on having the light on since the start of the session game. I know it's light outside when we start, but you can't let yourselves be fooled like this by the sun.
I got super distracted talking to Mooney. Realised it was like 7 o'clock. Do you not remember me saying?
You know what you can do while reading messages on your phone, though? Turn the light switch on.
It was light!
Just saying.
There we go, now it's light.
Wow.
Where we have two hands.
Because I have windows open and then I'll get bugs.
Yeah, no, that's fair though. But even you have a lamp on.
Now I do, but I didn't before.
You didn't, you got really, really dark. There you go, now we can see. Okay, so you guys are heading to the School of Materials. You head through the gates into the librarians' quarter, which are guarded by a couple of sets of the militia, the librarians' militia, who wear like a green tabard and pretty significant, like long, lots of chainmail, mainly more than anything. But both of you look the part, and they don't even question it. They're just like, "Yep, students," and ignore you. You got away with how you deceive them because you're wearing robes, and they just are idiots. It's like,
I very pointedly, as we go past, so start talking to Kitto about so when I cast it, like, you know, when you're like writing it in, you have to. I can't get the quill nibs. I ruined so many good sheets of paper. It's a nightmare.
Yes.
You really need to invest in something better, I think.
Yeah, I really need to start bothering. I can't believe how many people try and just.
Yeah, the guards just don't even pay any attention to you. You guys walk straight into the librarian's quarter. It's a beautiful place, Kitto. You've never been, obviously. It's the schools are tall and a little bit in certain areas, like you can see the school of magic behind you, and that is in many ways completely impossible. It has varying parts of the walkways which make no logical sense at all and really should not be suspended in the way they are. The School of History is huge and sprawling and very Hogwarts in its design.
Full of nerds.
It's for nerds. The School of Materials, which Hathor leads you straight up to, is a little more sleek. It's made of mainly metal and steel, and it's quite sleek. And stood at the door is a thing you've never seen, actually. I don't think any of you would have ever interacted. Hathor, you may have seen one or two of them. It's a warforged. It's a construct. It stood with its arms folded at the door. Technically, of course, they wouldn't be called warforged because they weren't built in war. But it's a construct. It's a clockwork. And they're stood with their arms folded. They take one look at you, Hathor, and one look at Kitto and go, "What are you coming to the schools for?"
Extracurricular. We've got a class.
Yeah, fine. Abjuration, and what are you doing in histories?
Can I roll history? Because I do actually have I do actually have proficiency in history.
Roll history.
What history is okay, cool. To be historical.
Go for it.
And that's an 18.
Okay.
That's a 19.
You're like, probably the best thing for you to say would either be you're talking about like the School of Histories you would know with that role is actually full of people doing lots of things like astronomy, and it's just basically any study that isn't magical. But you're like, probably the best bet is to tell him you're studying something like Cortan, which is a language.
Fair. Okay, I was gonna go for like just kind of like smile and like open the robe slightly so you can feel
you can do that. You can
on
do
the
that
inside.
Definitely, yes.
As by way of explanation.
Astronomy. Yep. All right. Sure, you know where you're going. Kind of waves a hand and lets you in. You don't know where you're going.
No.
So
no.
What would you like to do? You're now inside the school.
What do we see?
Walk round with purpose until we see
you enter into a large like fairly open plan type meeting hall kind of room. There is a small reception desk sat in the back corner with a person sat at it who I have a note on. Do I have a note on the person? A young drow man who sat with his hands in his like long white hair, taking notes with a quill. And then there's like 6 or 7 doors off, and you're not quite sure where any of them go.
Okay. Walks up.
You going, okay?
Yeah.
Follows you, yeah.
Oh, hey, hello, sorry. Kind of blinks, and you can tell that this student probably hasn't slept in a while. They look like PhD student trying to make money to make sure that they can fund their PhD. Like,
you're just putting the entirety of the Eberron party in this university. You've got Temple, you've got Risk.
That wasn't even intentional. I was just like, I need to make sure that you guys know there are constructs in this reality. This drow has a name that isn't Risco, let me assure you.
Oxer.
This is more Phineas anyway. The vibes are less
Costco.
Risco, more Phineas. Vibes are more anthropologist. He's very tired. Can I help?
Look, yeah, we'll be out of your hair in a second. We're looking for here to find one of the alchemists. Can you point us to the right door?
Do you want a specific alchemist or just an alchemist?
Preferably somebody good with liquids. It's for another extra assignment. I want to double check.
And maybe disease as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Leo, there is a bootleg version of the Eberron party. So the Eberron party is currently Rusco, Bucket, Temple, Infernus, and Claire, and the bootleg version is Esco, Buffett, Tinkle, Infrastructure, and Waffle. So that's what.
But that makes sense for Claire because her full name is Eclair the Mama Bear.
The Mama
after
Bear.
The pastry.
Tesco because August phone kept autocorrecting Rusco to Tesco, and so we ended up with this. That's what happened. Don't question.
What son's bootleg?
Dead.
Bad.
Blocked, banned, and reported.
Technically.
Son's alter ego is redacted.
Dead is his alter ego, so it doesn't matter.
His name is dead to us.
Yeah, so the drow kind of sighs a little bit and goes, I think Merrill is around. I'll give him a call. 1 second.
Thank you.
Gets up, kind of smiles, and then heads round into one of the doors, and disappears for a few minutes. It takes about 3 minutes and comes back. Merrill will see you. Come this way. And gestures you down a hallway and just says, third door on the left. If you knock, he's in.
Okay. Get some rest.
Papers to write. Turns back around and heads back to the desk. So you guys head down this corridor. There are many doors either side. I mean, both of you have been in universities. You know what university lecture corridors look like. They look like that. And there's like got the little nameplates on them. And you head down to the third door on the left, and there's a nameplate that just says Merrill Longhurst Alchemy on it. Specialization healing.
Okay. Did I get the impression student or teacher?
Tutor.
Shit.
Yeah, this looks like an office. This doesn't look like a door. This looks like an office.
I'm gonna like grab Kitto by the wrist and go, how are we lying about this? How are we lying about this?
We can say that we have this liquid. It's been given to us. We need to work out whether it's got any poison in. There's like a situation where disease is going around, and we're trying to work out. We've been given these symptoms. We know these symptoms. It's not a lie, technically. And we're trying to work out how it's transmitted. It could be the water. Here's a sample of the water. And if they ask questions, just lie until we can't lie anymore, and then do something else. Right.
Would I know a school of history that would work to be paired with an abjuration student?
I was taking a class in a different...
Yeah, like either of you could have taken classes in either school, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, but that would work well to be paired on a pandemic containment breach scenario group project, because astrology kind of isn't it.
I mean, there hasn't been any massive pandemic outbreaks in this city.
It ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. I'm like, hello, students. I know you all don't have degrees, but we need an outbreak control committee. So,
you know what? Hang on. I'm gonna drop my disguise self.
Okay, you drop disguise self.
Back to
your
Hathor.
usual Hathor form, yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay. This'll work a little bit better. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to lead on this then, if they're gonna...
Yeah, sure.
Sure?
Yeah, okay. Just go with it. I've got an idea.
Okay.
Now.
Of course.
I'm
gonna knock.
Okay, you knock on the door, and the door swings inward by itself, and you hear a, come in, just a matter in the back, come around.
Cool.
Okay, head inside.
Yep.
It's a messy office, to say the least. There's lots of, there's about 4 desks in here, all of them piled high with varying amounts of alchemical equipment. There's test tubes and containers, and all of them have very huge amounts of like bubbling, usually red liquids in them. And there's like the office itself curves slightly round the back, and gnomish man, maybe in his, I don't know, he doesn't look very old. Gnomes are a little difficult to tell age-wise. They're gnomes. But I don't know, he looks maybe in his 40s, which could put him anywhere between 70 and 112, or maybe 150 if you were being really generous. So he's quite short for a gnome, and has a pair of gold-rimmed spectacles on his nose, and has this kind of like very he's darker skinned, so like maybe Arabian style descent skinned color, and he has long black hair which tails like halfway down his back, which is tied up in a kind of messy plait, which is then spun round and tied up in a bun at the back, and he's wearing like a practical clothing with a leather apron over the top, and is holding in his hand 2 different vials of different coloured liquid, and goes, "Oh, hello, students. Wasn't expecting any students today. Cool. Can I help?"
Yeah, if you're not busy.
No, nothing's time sensitive. Come sit down. He kind of puts down the vials and goes to sit down behind one of the desks that has a chair behind it. This one seems to have more paperwork and less vials on it, but it's still pretty messy.
Hi, I'm Hathor. This is... And waits for Kitto to introduce himself with what...
Yeah, sorry. Yes. Sebastian.
Cool, Sebastian. So we've got your abjuration and your history. Cool. Unusual to find you guys up here.
It's something that's a little out of my area of expertise. I'm checking on something for Wakenshore. I'm not very good. You want shield, I can do it, but and pulls out the vial.
Some water?
We're wanting to know if what's
good spot.
in it. It's just to check, to double check something.
So you're checking for Kydril Wakenshore? Kydril's evocation? Like, you're going to have to give me more context than this, kiddo. Why does Kydrel want, and why didn't Kydrel come to me? Because,
you know, he's so busy. Have you met that man?
3 times in my life. Interesting individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
know. Yes.
I didn't really ask many questions. I just took it from him and said, sure.
I'll have to go check with him. You realize this?
I mean, you can if you want, but I mean, it was just quite a simple. He just said, you know, go and get this checked out. He was really busy. He was talking to lots of different people at the same time. You should have walked into his office and there was bloody paperwork everywhere. He looks stressed. I don't know what he's working on right now.
Anyone
to be honest, I don't ask the wizards. They're wizards.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to do with this water? Like, I test it for what?
We're looking to see if there is anything poisonous in it, any traces of magic, anything of the sort.
Why he asked me to do that? He turns around and walks off and puts it on one of the. He pulls out like a tripod and sticks the vial on a tripod and casts something and glares at it. There's no magic in it. And then
that's fine.
Flicks his fingers. I can put it through a couple of tests. It'll take me, I don't know, 3 hours.
Oh, you'll be a lifesaver. Thank you.
Thank you. He didn't really ask for you specifically. I just didn't want to disappoint.
If you're going to be working on this, can we get you anything? Like, do you want? I don't know.
Yeah, me a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can tell VL at the desk to go home and go to bed. I know he's been here all day. I know he was here yesterday and he won't listen to me. So tell him to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you want your coffee?
Black, 2 sugars.
All right.
He kind of starts messing around with reagents and stuff and goes to check this and flicks a hand and you guys see a mage hand open the door for you.
Yeah, we step out.
Yep. Okay. You step out and he closes the door behind you.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Coffee.
Should we go talk to
the
guy? Coffee.
Thank you.
And then on to the library.
Yeah. Yeah. Coffee, come back.
You alright?
Yeah, fine. Sorry. I thought that would work better than it did.
It's fine. It works. We're good. Okay. Should we, starts off to the reception.
Okay. Yeah, you did. As I say, it's really easy to find. You head back.
Tell Tesco to go home.
Yeah, the drow is still sat there, and you now know his name is VL. I can put it in the chat.
Tesco got it.
Tesco, go home, Tesco.
You put that meme in the group chat, Niimi. I screenshotted it and sent it to Mooney, and his response was, "He needs a swirly mustache." So that's your response. There you go. You'd have to ask for his last name, but that's his first name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go and tell him that Muriel has told him. Muriel?
Merrill Longhurst. I can put that as well.
I should probably make notes on that, Astrid.
Maybe so.
That's the name of the gnome. The gnome's name is Muriel.
Where have I got that name from?
I don't know. The name of the gnome is Merrill Longhurst. And the name of the drow that you know is VL.
Nice.
Hi, VL, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you know my name now. That's fine. What's up?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sebastian. Nice to meet you. Hold on.
He shakes.
We were just talking to Meryl. Got this project. You know, how it is. He said go home. He said definitely go home. You're not needed here right now. You should really get some rest.
Oh, he's sending other people to tell me now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. Okay, an hour. Give me an hour, and then somebody will be here to take over the reception desk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go home.
Then yeah. Do you want a coffee as well?
No, you don't want a coffee.
Oh, damn it! I was so close. Sure. I'll go make tea at some point, I guess. Okay, I'll be here for another hour, and then I will go home. He's so insistent.
Mm-hmm.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay. And then coffee run.
Okay, you guys head back out again. The Warforged stood at the door, looks a little confused as to why you're heading back out, but he doesn't stop you.
We're going to Costa.
Yeah, admittedly, like there is a cafetiere on site,
Okay,
so
we're going there then.
you can Hathor, you would know this. You lived at it. Hathor, are you staying in your usual form?
Yeah.
Are you not casting disguise self again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's your choice.
Go, Buckaroo.
We're gonna switch back to the other two for a bit, though.
Okay.
Let's have the other two who are heading to the Temple of the Wilderness.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If we go blind.
Okay, so you're heading back to
We're
Rosanna
heading
first.
at somewhere. We're
Do
going in a
you can get
direction.
back to Rosanna?
Do I get assassinated by angry elf clerics?
You do not. Yeah. Okay, you straight up accused her of slavery at one point. Calm down.
No. He doesn't know how to talk to people.
Like
He wasn't accusing her of slavery.
Be careful just like associating things together, and you were like, fuck you, and she was like, fine then.
No, but
Sure.
this is why I love him, because he can't talk to people. What he meant with that was because she was talking about how, like people use, or like necromancy is perfectly legal
used in the city, yeah.
and everything like that, and he was like, yeah, well, so slavery doesn't mean that it's a good thing, or that it's right.
Yeah, but
so
you
I'm gonna
didn't
keep
qualify
talking about
that.
it.
You just
No,
she
I
was
know.
like, necromancy occurs, and you were like, so does slavery, and she was like,
Yeah.
yeah, how is this relevant?
Yeah, no, don't worry. It was that was a conscious decision on my part, because he can't talk to people.
So he's just connecting dots randomly, like, this relates.
Yeah. It's like slavery. No, I'll not elaborate on what that means. Anyway, we're gonna go see Pan.
Okay, no,
And I'm gonna make him angry at me
the
as well.
wilderness.
Pan.
Yeah, Pan.
Will you please
Why did
stop
Pan
doing
lie
this?
to me?
I got that reference. I don't think anybody else here got that reference, Astrid, but I got it.
I just like it when you scream. Let's go.
So you head up to Rosanna's first. We won't role play the stuff with Rosanna unless you actually want to ask her something. Or
Is she there?
directions. Yeah, she's there.
She's not at work. Okay, fair.
She tends to work from home because she has a lot
Fair.
of kids.
Fair. That is very true.
COVID-19.
Yeah, yeah. And there's also another cleric of
She's
the.
COVID safe.
There's another cleric of the Hallowed one. She's not the only one.
Yeah. She's sheltering Persephone.
Yeah, she's not the only cleric of the Hallowed one. She's just the most powerful.
Permanently on call.
She is permanently on call. Yeah. So she, unless you actually want to ask her something, she'll just give you directions so that you can find the temple. Yeah. Okay. So you guys head up towards the sky docks, and actually, again, this is a really hard temple to find. It takes you about 20 minutes wandering around to try and find it, because actually, you were like, it should be big. No, it's tiny. It's really small, and it's all wood. It's very almost druidic in its nature. Is the temple of where is the document? There it is. Is the temple of the wilderness. the temple itself is like wooden beams, and it's not big at all. Like you can see into the temple, and you can see like the whole building. It's a tiny little thing, maybe the size of 2 rooms, and sat behind an altar that is like very plainly decorated with a few carved reliefs of leaves and that kind of thing. Is a young, middling half-elf, with kind of mid-length bob hair. They are very androgynous, to the point of you are not quite sure what their gender would be, and they have as you look at them, they look up and they have kind of low-level scaling on the face, and you reckon that they probably have either Yuan-Ti or Draconic blood. You're not quite sure, but they see you sit at the door and go, come in, don't stand around. Can I help you?
You will turn to Nerin.
We're investigating an illness and also some undead.
I see.
Not necessarily connected. We're just investigating both of them. And we were directed to you as a potential person who might be able to help us with knowing what the illness is caused by, or why there are suddenly undead appearing.
Well, undead, I'm afraid, are not our purview. The illness, I may be able to tell if it is natural or not, if you give me the symptoms.
Are dying within about 3 days. At the beginning, stomach ache, then feverishness and delirium, and then death. Unless cured early on with a lesser restoration.
Before the delirium.
I see. We've had maybe 1 case like that, I think. And that does not sound like a natural disease at all. Disease is natural, everything. But that seems advanced in a way, almost as though something has quickened its process. A disease with those kind of symptoms would not kill so quickly. Unusual that we've only seen 1. There was 1 man, maybe 3 days ago, who died very suddenly. He may have had the symptoms. I saw to him myself.
Well, if you see any more lesser restoration early on,
I will.
What we know works. Do you know anything about the person you saw? Who they were?
He was a young goblin man. He was, he had come to the temple to pray. He was not a common frequenter, but the wilderness's individuals who connect to the wilderness do not tend to come to the temple itself. It's much more open than that as a worship form. So it did not surprise me.
The goblin man, before he died, did he mention whether he was from the Stokes or not?
He was, but most people are. That does not surprise me.
That's true. It's just the majority of the cases, if all of the cases we've been investigating have been from the Stokes. At the moment, around in the vicinity of the Temple of the Changebringer and the Lochnan Bazaar.
Then if there is a natural component, you should be checking there and not here.
We have, and we will again. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
One more thing. We had a thought that it might be being spread through the water supply. Does that sound like something that could be possible? with an unnatural disease?
Yes, it is very possible. If it had a component that was not unnatural, then it is very possible it could have been spread through water. You would have to test the water.
I'm working on that right now.
Yes, I could possibly test magical forms, but other than that, you would want to speak with the alchemists.
All right. Thank you for your help.
Please return if you need anything, children. Kind of goes back to whatever they were doing previously.
Well, that went much better. I think you should just talk from now on.
I don't think I'm necessarily very good at it. But
I mean, he doesn't hate you or me, so I would say that's a marked improvement.
that might be based on him more than us. But should we head back?
That's true. Yes, we should. And I guess if Hathor and Kitto don't find anything, we could always bring a sample of the water to the Temple of the Wilderness, see if they can sense anything magical about it.
Also, potentially a sample from that well and a sample from a different well and see if there's any difference. Might at least.
What time is it now?
About 11:30.
When did we say we were going to meet again?
Midday.
Okay. We should probably head back and then regroup and talk about what to do next. I'm afraid that really wasn't the most helpful of mornings, was it?
No, but maybe their morning was more helpful.
I hope so. I mean, they're good talkers. They'll be able to get their way around things.
They're more likely to get information than we are.
I'm sure they'll, in and out without a suspicion. Anyway, maybe if we get back early enough, Rosanna will actually help us make lunch.
Definitely, yes.
We will help Rosanna make lunch. I mean, Leo.
Yes, you can help Rosanna make lunch. You guys head back to Rosanna's to meet up with the others. You're probably there a little bit earlier than them anyway, because it's not that far.
Cuts to Hathor and Kitto. Failing.
Be like,
just stood in a coffee queue. Yeah.
So stealthy.
Yeah, you're stood in a coffee queue. One second, I just have to reply to this.
The barista does actually call out Muriel.
Where have I got that name from?
It's not his name. His name is Merrill.
It's gonna bug me the whole day now.
It's just a name. It's just a name.
His name is just Merrill. Like, I just...
No, it's gonna bug me. Where the fuck have I...
One is not just simply called Muriel.
It's just like, he's just a guy. Like, okay, leave him alone.
No, I know that I know another character called Muriel, but I can't remember for the life
Are you
of me.
thinking of Deirdre?
Are you thinking of Deirdre?
No.
Because they're kind of like similar old lady
Similar
vibes.
oldings. Yeah, no, his name is Merrill.
I don't know. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, there's a lot of secrets going on. I need to
Oh my
make sure
God.
I'm keeping up. I know so many things. Okay.
Look,
Yeah, go on.
Do you wanna take this back? To what's his name?
Merrill.
Muriel. I think it was Muriel.
For the love of God, leave my poor, nice alchemist alone.
This is way better than Miley Cyrus, Alex. This is so much better than Miley Cyrus. Thank yourself, Lucky.
Do you wanna take this back to him? If that's okay.
Yeah, and you are going to... You know what? Shall I just meet you in the library?
Yeah, of course.
Outside. Outside
where?
The library.
Meet you outside the library. Okay, great. Which direction is it in? Yes, quite.
The library is there's a central library that has all of the books in, and it's a massive, like, large circuit. It's the rad cam.
Can't miss it.
The big circle.
Lovely.
building.
Okay, cool.
It's the rad cam.
Okay, great. I'll meet you outside there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We will go with Hathor first. You head back to...
Yeah.
What's your passive perception, Hathor?
10.
Okay, you don't say anything. You head back to You're a shitty passive perception. You head back to the School of Materials, and via
I'm having a heart attack.
I know, it's really funny. VL hasn't left yet. VL is still sat at his post. The Warforged doesn't even blink. It's been like 20 minutes. The Warforged gives you a weird look, like, why are you coming and going? You're not meant to be at this school, but also doesn't question you.
I hold up the coffee.
That makes sense. So,
and as we walk past, VL, I'll like and wink.
VL rolls his eyes and gives like a half-cocked grin and is like, yes, fine, like 10 minutes. You head back and you knock on Meryl's door.
Yeah.
Door swings inwards. Meryl stood in the corner with a pipette of some form of red liquid over the water. Hathor, thanks. Coffee, excellent, great. Cool, good. Yeah, sure. I mean, I reckon actually I'll be done in maybe an hour. Maybe?
Is it just dirty water?
Yeah. I'm testing it for a lot of stuff, but it's just dirty water.
That's fine. I didn't really ask, and but didn't think anything of it, hence why I'm here. And he didn't ask me to ask for you, he just asked me to check that it was nothing.
Roll deception.
Okay.
I should have made you roll this earlier, but
you should.
We have lied.
Generally, it was like.
I love Hathor being like, I'm such a charismatic guy. I can do this.
Wink.
And then he's like, I'm going to use my real name. I'm going to drop my disguise self.
His eyes narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Door closes behind you.
Oh, fuck. I'm so scared.
You're going to die. We're going to have to break you out of school.
break out of prison. Detention
Head down, and he just kind of says,
we are the Breakfast Club.
You're not doing this for Kydril.
No, I'm not.
Why are you doing it? You're definitely a kid here. And I remember Kydril mentioning an Ermik, so yeah.
My sister is not very well, and I wanted to check.
It's not this, kid.
Okay. Hathor starts blinking.
He comes round, just stands in front of you and takes your hand. It's not this. But I can help. My proficiencies are in healing. I'm not a cleric, but I'm an alchemist, right?
Mm.
Why are you testing this water?
Other people in the area have been getting sick as well. We thought it might be this.
Did you take a sample from more than one well?
It was the well within the area that...
How many wells are within that area?
How many wells are within that area? There's 2 others.
Why didn't you take samples from those wells too, kid?
Nearest to all of them, we didn't think.
No, you didn't. This water is not contaminated, but that doesn't mean other water isn't contaminated. Those are not the same statement.
Okay. Again, not my area of expertise.
No, you're an abjuration wizard. Look. What's happening with your sister? Is it the same as this? Is it the same as what you're looking for here? At the
Is Astrid deciding how? Not exactly, but it's similar.
Okay, then we do one thing at once.
Mm.
All right?
I'm just panicking a bit.
I noticed. I'll finish testing this water. If you can bring me samples from the other wells, I'll test them too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll tell Longthorn at the gate to let you in. I'll be here until 6.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Start with that. Because I spoke with Kydril. You're not one of his students anymore, are you?
No.
No.
Does he know I'm here?
No. I didn't tell.
Okay.
I just asked to know who his students were. He seemed confused, but I'm the eccentric professor, it's fine.
Get away with a lot doing that.
Yeah. Keep your head down.
Okay.
Come back to me in a bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Okay.
He flicks and opens the door for you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the coffee.
Book it out of there.
Yep.
I love this guy. He's like, oh, he's an idiot. I'll take care of it. This professor is like, gently takes your shoulders in his hands. He's like, kid, do better.
Yeah.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Yeah.
Half-truths.
It's like gently, supportively, an idiot sandwich.
Yep.
Get caught in one lie, pick a different lie that's a little bit closer to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Okay, Kitto,
Are
were
you
you
outside
doing
now?
anything in that time?
No. Just
You're just
He
not,
just
you just
wanted to be
going back.
mysterious.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you serious?
exactly, yeah.
I thought you were going on like a secret Kitto mission that could only be done in the schools, like, ooh, alternative motives. But he's just hanging.
Side quest. No,
Yeah.
just hanging.
He's just vibing.
For coffee.
Yeah. He's vibing.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you want me to kick
Okay.
everyone else out of the group momentarily?
Ah!
No, because like it's fine. Just like
Okay.
We can all just
Kitto
take
wouldn't anyone Kitto doesn't want to see, he would not let get particularly close to him.
Okay,
He
roll
would
stealth.
book it in
Roll
a
stealth.
different direction.
Roll stealth.
I'm rolling.
There's just like
Let's just leave.
layers
We
of
could just
things I've
leave.
got going on here, and half of you have no idea about all of them. It's great.
Oh no. I'm so worried.
God, imagine if Cacula had come too and there were like 3 different backstories.
Yeah, 3 different
All of
backstories
us trying to
occurring at
hide
the
from
same
each other.
time? Like, Jesus. Would have been an experience, man.
We were all like, oh, my character needs a backstory. Wait, there's Oxford here, but it's like a bit more evil and has magic. Cool. That's where
Cool.
we're going.
Yeah, this is a very particular one. Oh, did we lose Ruth though?
Oh no,
No?
I think we might have. No, I think we have.
Yeah, I think we've lost Ruth.
No.
When will
Wi-Fi, Ruth says. Oh,
Okay.
yep, there they go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully be right back.
Hathor is thinking, disguise self now.
You can guess it again if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to, but I need to leave the School of Materials building and then get into a place where nobody's going to see me cast it.
Roll stealth.
Yeah. And if Hathor doesn't think he's sufficiently hidden, he won't do it.
Roll stealth and then we'll find out.
Okay. Nope.
You're not sufficiently hidden, not with a 9.
No, there's nowhere.
It's quite open here. It's quite difficult to like get a spot that's fine. We got your back, Ruth.
No.
Audio. There we go. Hello.
Sorry, I'm on my phone now because I'm using my network. My laptop's just like the Wi-Fi's gone.
Yeah, that's what I use as well. I always use my 4G as a hotspot
for the thing.
I did, and it was a 13.
Okay.
Is it enough? What's the DC? How dumb are the people you're trying to avoid?
How many of them are there?
So you both meet up outside the library.
And you're both like,
yep. Do you want to roll insight on each other?
Yes, please.
Okay, both of you roll insight.
Because we both look like we're having a panic attack.
Yeah, both of you roll insight and we'll find out if you both look like you're having a panic attack.
I love it. You both just show up like, oh, everything is fine.
15.
Okay. Hathor, you're doing okay. Like, Kitto looks like he's having a panic attack. Hathor, Kitto, you can't read Hathor, but Hathor, you're too busy panicking a little bit, and Hathor, Kitto looks like he's having a panic attack, despite the fact that you feel like you're having a panic attack. Oh God, this is a mess.
Okay. Do you?
Yeah, I just
not want to be here either?
No, I just need some fresh air. Getting a bit.
We're outside.
That's why I'm outside. Indoor spaces are,
Okay, I can tell you it's a very big space.
It's the mind, right? Works in mysterious ways.
Okay.
Is Kitto really trying to play this off as I have claustrophobia from just a normal building?
Just a building.
Too much building for me.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me inside a building? Don't say yes, despite the fact that
check to see through that shit.
No, I will let your insight check carry over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, I have thoughts, so I think that's not true.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a terrible lie.
Okay.
Yeah. We go to the library.
Okay, before you guys go into the library, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Let me pause on the recording. And the recording is back on. So Hathor and Kitto are outside the library, and need to go back into the library. Let me find my fucking notes. I didn't write this down. I must have written this down. I remember doing it. Oh, nope. Where is it?
Notes.
I'm sure I
I
wrote
like
down
how
the
we
name
start
of the
recording
librarian.
and then immediately Aleks is like, I have no notes. I don't know where I
Start screaming.
Where is the knowledge?
Where is the knowledge? I wrote down the name of the librarian and I can't find it.
It's Bob.
That's
Oh, no,
where
I found
I
it. There
got
we
the
go.
name from. Oh
Where?
my God. It's a dating sim.
Okay. Good. Good.
Okay, I found the name of the librarian now. Yeah, so you guys head into the large circular library, and there's a halfling man who's sat at the front desk. He's in his later years, maybe in his he's getting on a bit. Got a longish beard and warm white hair. And he kind of looks up and is like, yes, can I help you?
Looks at Kitto. We're just looking. Is there any chance that sorry, can you point us towards the direction of where any of the stuff on necromancy is?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. If you head back into the section on the magical spores at the back, you'll know where that is. And then if you walk past the observation section and just follow down until you get to N, then you'll find the books on necromancy.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hathor, you would obviously know this man. He's the librarian. His name is Artemis Earl.
Nice.
Good name.
Thank you. Yeah, he is. He's a little bit. Let me put it in the thing so that you can spare it. There you go, Artemis Earl. He's a little bit funny if you hand books back in late, but other than that, he's very, very reasonable.
I think most librarians probably
He's
are.
a librarian, yeah.
He's a librarian. Yeah. You head through. The library is fairly busy. Doesn't surprise you, it's the middle of the day. And you head back through past people sat around working up into the areas of magic, and then past alphabetically until you hit N for necromancy. What are you looking for particularly?
Okay, so in particular, I think, would I know, based on the fact that whoever is casting the spell isn't present when it happens, and like other stuff, like there isn't any chalk circles or anything left behind kind of thing, what kind of a spell I would be looking for, whether it be like a ritual cast type spell or a something.
Roll Arcana.
Yeah, that's
we'll
what
find out.
I'm not going to roll this on roll 20.
Roll it physically.
Yeah. Is the answer to that.
Yeah.
An 8 and a 9. Okay. A 15.
Okay, with a 15, you have some idea about ritual magic, and you have some idea about necromancy was never really your style. It's not very interesting, but you have some idea about where to look, so you can roll investigation on these kind of books with advantage for me.
Okay. Yeah. Astrid is wanting to basically sort of narrow it down.
Yeah, you did. So roll investigation with advantage.
Yeah. Okay. That's another 15.
Okay. You find a couple.
Oh no, sorry, wrong modifier. It's a 16.
16. Okay, you find a couple of books on like more general necromantic principles, and you find one book specifically on the creation of zombies, which discusses how you can physically create a zombie. Usually it's touch. Usually you have to actively touch the creature, and you flick through the book and you're like, well, that doesn't explain anything. And there's a side note in the back, almost like an author's note, that's like, zombies are a bit of an after effect of large amounts of magical energy. If that magical energy is somehow necromantic, that tends to be a radius thing. And the necromantic magic is usually weaker, so the zombies don't last as long. Like if you have a zombie and you have control over it, you can basically have control over it forever. Zombies, based on this kind of thing, will degrade after maybe a week, but also they don't tend to be very purposeful. So that's what you get.
Is it specific that it's large amounts of necrotic magic, or
it's large amounts of magic that must be connected to necromancy in some way. It's not necessarily just necrotic magic, but it has to have some form of necrotic magic related to it. So it could be, technically, it could be divine necrotic magic. It doesn't have to be arcane necrotic magic, is the point. But there has to be necromancy in it, otherwise it won't create zombies, it will do something else. It seems to imply that the radius isn't massive. I'm not talking like 30 foot, but I'm not talking like a mile either. Like, it seems to imply that this kind of radius is maybe a couple of blocks.
Okay. I also want to see if they've got anything on necrotic diseases or magical diseases related to necromancy, specifically.
Are you going to tell Kitto you're looking for that?
Yes.
Okay, then Kitto needs to make that investigation check just for timing, because you're reading this whilst Kitto's doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
So Kitto, make me an investigation, please.
Sorry, my dice. That is a unnatural 20.
Nice, good. Yeah, you find a couple of books on necromantic diseases, and you tend to find that actually necromantic diseases are usually considered to be poison rather than disease. However, you also find a note in a book that talks about like advanced diseasing, and like it's a very theoretical, conceptual book, but it does discuss how if you end up with a large amount of energy, you can form almost a weird plague if that kind of energy bonds itself to an already disease-ridden substance, as it were.
Okay.
It's less of a kind of, this is very theoretical, and it's not like you can bond, it's not like you can weaponize anthrax. It's not like this is an active thing. It's if you have a large amount of necrotic energy and there's a virus in the water, it'll bind and make it worse.
Okay.
That's what you find.
Okay.
Both
we'll also
retail this
convey
to
that
each
to her.
other.
Yeah, that's to each other. That's fine.
Yeah. Should we leave the library so we can have a conversation about this?
Agreed. Yep. Let's go.
Head back out of the library. Optimus nods, waves you off.
Okay, so it looks like we might have found the link between these two things.
Large amounts of necrotic energy, maybe bonding. Potentially, it's very theoretical, with something in the water.
Yeah, already
Could be
disease
something
ridden,
in the
which the
water.
water is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be something else. I got in trouble with Mariel. He was iffy from the start, but he caught me, and I gave him most of the truth with a bit of a spin on it, and just said that people have been getting sick and that my sister was sick, and we were panicking and trying to work out what it was so we could help.
Okay. Is he all right with that then?
Yeah, he said we should have said that from the start. Which
did you mention me at all?
No, I just said you were helping me.
Oh.
If I said
I am. Yeah, no, that's fine.
He said that we. Oh,
sorry,
go.
No, you carry on.
Basically, it was just to say that he told us to get other water from the other wells in the area, and he would test that if we got it and came back.
Okay.
He'd leave it sick tonight.
Okay. Did the other water not have anything then?
No, I came back in and he said he's still going, but it is most likely just dirty water.
Right. So do you think we should get out of here now and head back?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, and we can get the other water, and we know it might be some necrotic disease, big energy thing.
You know, Mariel?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, he would have recognized you. And okay.
Yeah. No. No, I don't know. And I don't think I have to roll deception on that.
You don't have to roll.
True.
You don't know
him.
No, you don't know Meryl.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. It's true.
Yep. But yeah, but did you know him?
No, no. Again, that we never crossed paths. Yeah.
But Wakenshaw, you know.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
Wakenshaw.
He helped me get into the school. It's complicated.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's fine. Should yes. We'll go.
Okay. You guys head back to Rosanna's. You're a little bit late for lunch, and Rosanna is disappointed, but you're fine.
Oh!
Just kill you with the phrase, Rosanna is disappointed.
TPK, we're all dead now.
No, you guys are dead. We helped make lunch, so we're in the clear.
Cacula, we're helping make lunch. That's fine. You come back and Rosanna sits you all down. Stephanie's not up, and Kurt is not anywhere either. You don't see either of them. It's quiet, and you kind of sit down and have a little bit of of lunch, and Rosanna's like, so, any luck?
Not a lot at our end, I'm afraid. We talked to one of the clerics of the wilderness. They said that something like what we described, progressing so quickly, had to have been at least enhanced by something else, which, probably makes sense. It's a very fast kill for just a natural disease. Not much help on the zombie front, to be honest.
There's one person who had died from similar symptoms in the past couple of days.
In the Temple of the Wilderness.
The wilderness.
They didn't know where he was from.
They tend to stick to themselves, I'm afraid. They're fairly dispersed as a group.
Yes, they said as much.
Dark Mistress said they didn't know much and that we weren't very good at talking.
Yes, which is very true. She doesn't like me, which is understandable.
Did you say something to her?
I mean, I said lots of things. I always do. I'm not entirely sure which one was the one that she didn't like. It probably could be a lot of them. But I learned something, from that, which is just be quiet and let Nerin speak. So in future...
It sounded like you did fine.
That's kind of you.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, we found out some stuff which fits in with that. We took the water to go get tested, and apparently
it went well.
Yeah, it went really well.
On the way back, Nerin and I were saying we didn't have much luck, but I bet the other two will come in and they'll have so much information. They will have done so well.
Well, glancing over at Hathor, we have information.
To be honest, as well, what you found it's what we found. Well, we found a bit more specific, but you're on the right track. If you find something, it corroborates our story.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, do you want to go?
No, you do.
Okay. Well, the water we brought seemed clean. Well, as clean as you'd expect. No magic or anything, but the tutor we spoke to, he wanted us to find samples from the other wells in the area.
Right. Okay.
So that, I think, is the next thing we want to do is someone should take something back there. And then we went to the library as well, and Hathor was looking at the necromancy stuff. Hathor.
Yes. Sorry.
Drop some knowledge.
Yes. We dug through a couple of the books. I think It was saying that when there's large amounts of necrotic energy in the atmosphere, usually from large amounts of magical energy, not relating to necrotic, not necessarily necrotic, that's happening. So some kind of large casting,
right?
There can be like an off wave of necrotic energy, and
like a side effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we said at the beginning, isn't it?
Yes, that was a guess.
It can
lead to the creation of undead, very weak undead, without any attachment to, without any control or someone guiding them. But it can also theoretically attach to an illness or disease that already exists,
like in the water,
and make it
more like
active.
You were saying, it would make it more powerful, and that in turn could cause the zombie spillover. So,
all right,
yeah.
Well, that makes sense. But how on earth are we going to stop it? Because we can't just go and purify the wells, because that won't last.
We need to find out. We need to find out if it is the water first. We need to go get.
That's
the other wells tested.
If it is, that's the nail in the coffin. Then we know that we're dealing with somebody casting something big, using large amounts of magic within the Stokes, which is.
Was there anything about, how big the spell would have to be, or how big the radial effects were? Because, I mean, one thing that our conversations with the clerics kind of pointed out was that really people are mostly getting sick from around the bazaar, the Lochnan Bazaar specifically, and the Temple of the Changebringer. Most of the people, I mean, they hadn't had anyone in the Dark Mistress Temple who'd shown the same symptoms, and as Nerin said, it was just the one in the Temple of the Wilderness. So do we think it's located around there, or wider?
If we could find a map and try and place where people may have gotten sick, and then see if there's some area in the centre. They said it will be large. It'll be a large radius, but not. We're not talking miles here, but relatively large.
Right. Well,
meters, not.
That amount of magic. I don't know much about magic, but it's not common. Do you think
we
could ask around? I mean, I doubt it would be in the news, but I mean, I don't know much about the sanctum, but is there anyone who we could ask? Or
I would put it like this: if somebody's able to cast that kind of magic, they really shouldn't be living in the Stokes.
No. Or they might be coming here
Rosanna,
on
do
purpose,
you know
specifically to test out their magic in the Stokes, where their after effects won't be felt by people they think matter.
Possibly. I wouldn't say it's anybody that people around here would know.
No. There are spells and things. I mean, I prepared one today that can, detect magic, but it's kind of pretty pointless just to, go into the street, slap detect magic on and go.
Well, we can, if we narrow down the area, we could
go back to the bazaar or the temple.
I think that's a good idea. I like Nerin's idea. If we don't have a lot of luck there, I like Nerin's idea of kind of trying to find as many sick people as we can, pinpointing them and seeing if it makes any sort of pattern.
Agreed.
And if we're going to need to go and take samples back. Whose idea was it?
Kitto's.
Oh, sorry. Just pretend I said Kitto instead then. I know. Pretend I said Kitto instead then.
I'm sorry.
Amazing.
If we're going to have to go and get samples from the well anyway and get them back to your professor friend, we may as well give it a go. I mean, sorry, we can keep the same teams before, right? Since you guys did such a good job. And we were just a bit useless, so...
No. You found out the same information we did. We had a hunch. You confirmed it. You've done something.
All right.
And
It's fine.
You thought it was the water in the first place. Cacula, you said it was the water in the first place. That was your idea. You were all for going to get the water tested.
Nerin's idea.
It was Nerin's idea.
Nerin's idea was that one.
Well,
we're just not very good at keeping track of whose idea was what.
Credit must go to the rightful owner.
And you need to take credit when it's due. You don't need to beat yourself up about this.
Not the problem right now. It's fine. I'm fine. I don't need cuddling. I'm all right. Just let's split up again. If you two go and get some water samples.
You're going to the same place if you're going to do that. Why are you splitting up?
Cacula, I mean, that's fair. That is very true.
Like, if you're going to the bazaar and also to where the wells are, that's the same place. Like,
that's very true. Never mind.
I think that probably it's because Cacula and Nerin are going to need to obtain a map on which they can plot things.
Oh, like, Rosanna has a map.
Okay.
I was going to say,
does
Mom,
Rosanna
you have a map?
Yeah, and also, I'd like to point out that you literally spoke to a cartographer in session 1.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
He's a cartographer.
That is true. See, I was thinking, like, don't we have a map guy? I could have swear we have a map guy.
No, Morgan is a cartographer. If you want to go see him, he's got a map.
If Mum has a map, we can do it over lunch.
Yeah, Rosanna has a map.
Do you mind if we draw on it?
No, go for it.
Okay, thank you.
It might be rather good for Cacula and I to look at the map. Anyway, we aren't very good at getting to places.
Yes, that was my ulterior motive. I don't know if it'll help very much though. Right, so first 3 victims. Here, here, and here. We'll just keep going and try and dot in the ones that we know. Obviously, that's only like a couple. That's only like a couple that we know so far.
Drawing on the map.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to be...
That's the...
Yeah, I think
temple.
We need some more information first.
Look at the map then!
No, but like even now, we only know the definite location of where like 4 victims lived.
That's the Changebringer's temple. That's the bazaar there.
Okay.
This is Morkan's place. This is Zyra's place.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but what about Nate, Askew, and Doka?
Doka you didn't know because she was just at the bazaar. Nate.
Okay.
Nate's shop is here. You don't know where you think he lived in the shop. Like he looked like he lived in the shop.
So we're kind of looking like here.
Yeah.
It does a little radius thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a lot of information. Why don't we...
That's it.
Nerin and I could go and talk to... Niimi tries to find her stuff. Where is everyone's name? Look through your notes. Are they there? There we go. We could go and ask Zyra. She said that she'd seen about 6 cases she could think of, and she'd probably know where these people lived, right? And she went to someone's house. So if we go and talk to her about it, and we can have an update on the whole, how stuff went.
That would work. We could also... We'll go get some water from the wells, and if we pass by whatever this building is...
Which building?
The one in the middle. This one. This one. Let me draw. Let me draw, please.
There's a lot of thinking going on. I'm like, which building? That building.
If we get to this point here, at any point, we could walk past with a detect magic up.
Yeah,
just
that's a good idea.
And...
Oh, let me also put something else on there for you.
Is that going to end the story too soon, dear?
Oh God, no. There is a well.
Oh, thank you.
Well. Oh, in
There
which
is a
case,
well.
we'll go to that well. Which one is the one we already tested?
The last well that I've marked.
Okay.
The one near
Funnily
Cyrus.
enough, that's
you took-
not surprising. It was just dirty water then. We want to test
You
that
took
one.
from the well near Zyra's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have written in full caps in my notes which well you took water from.
Excellent.
The wrong fucking well.
Yeah, you did. And me and Mooney were sat there as archaeologists going, why did you take multiple samples?
Because I'm not science. I'm an arts
Look, Alex, what you need to understand about this party is that they're like the Scooby-Doo gang. If the Scooby-Doo gang were completely incompetent and didn't know what they were doing, but could kill
English
zombies.
literature, Chinese, art student.
E&M, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, look, archaeologists, both me and Mooney were like, take multiple samples, take fucking multiple samples. You should have taken 3 samples of each well, what the fuck? But okay. Sure. Just take samples of the wrong well.
See, that's fine though. That's fine though. I thought we destroyed some kind of ancient monument.
No, you took
And
samples.
I was like, I don't know when we did that, but I feel really
samples,
bad.
And me and Mooney had a meltdown about it because
That's fair. I care less about the sample thing, although it would have been nice and efficient.
it would have been much faster and this session would not have existed. But, you know.
Oh,
Well,
it would have existed, just not in this form.
This wouldn't have happened. Yeah, you would have been further ahead.
okay. Well, walking past that house, detect magic, going to get the wells.
Okay. Are you going together? Because you're going to the same place.
Yeah.
May as well. Oh no, Ruth's frozen a bit. Okay, you're back, don't worry. Okay.
Have I? Okay, sorry, no, yes. I was saying
You're
yes,
back.
we should do that together.
Okay. So you guys head up to the up back through the Loch Nan Bazaar and past the. So when are you sticking your detect magic on? And who's doing it?
I don't mind.
I can do it, but it's a ritual, so I'll have to take 10 minutes.
Well, I can do it not as a ritual. It won't take 10 minutes, but it will take a spell slot. But I don't know if we're really going to be, putting up fisticuffs with anyone today necessarily.
Why
So
you do it?
all right, if you like.
Mm.
Wait, oh no, what did I do? I clicked something wrong on Roll20. Ah, okay, it's fine. I fixed it. Ta-da! I did it.
Astrid with the same brain cell.
What?
Yes. We both sent the same message at the same time.
Yeah, same hat.
Same hat.
What's it gonna do? We're coming after you.
You can't.
Gonna solve this mystery very ineffectually, taking a long time. Multiple people will die.
You can't call yourself the Scooby-Doo Goo as a party name because that doesn't exist in this reality. So you can't do it. No, you can't do it.
When Hathor gets his familiar, can we call it Scooby-Doo, please?
No, we cannot.
Please.
No. Hathor has decisions on familiar already.
But consider, please.
No.
I refuse. I
There you go, see?
flatly refuse.
Anyway, aside from the fact that you can't call yourselves the Scooby-Doo Gangu because Scooby-Doo does not exist in this reality and therefore it makes no contextual sense.
It exists in our hearts.
Yep.
We all have dreams of this crime-solving dog. All of our characters.
No, you don't.
It brought us together.
Don't make me start the dream mechanics 3 levels early, Niimi.
Oh no.
Don't make me start the dream mechanics 3 levels early.
I'm sorry, please don't do that. Also, don't delete dogs from this reality because I won't put that past you either.
I will delete dogs from this reality.
You may have your taco. You cannot have dog.
What the fuck is a dog?
What is a dog?
No, okay. Anyway, aside from that, Cacula, you stick detect magic on 30 foot. Okay. It's only 30 foot.
I know, but we're walking, right?
Yeah.
And it lasts for 10 minutes. It lasts
Okay.
for 10 minutes. So
What are
as
you
we're
looking at?
walking,
Do you specifically
towards
go and look at the
hell.
well? Do you go and look at the thing? Like, what are you specifically looking at?
I think it's. I think
30
as we're
foot's not a
walking,
big radius.
Make a loop. We'll go like
Yeah.
this.
but like carefully and stopping by both the building that Hathor pointed out and the well that's next to that building. And if that doesn't ping
I like this
anything,
loop.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Roll
If that doesn't ping
investigation.
anything, I guess we'll go to the other well. But
Roll investigation with advantage.
I've drawn a little red loop.
I have noticed the little red loop, yes.
it's a very good
Like a
little red
little
loop.
friend with a little eye.
Okay. I don't know whether to roll real dice or roll 20 dice because they rolled the exact same thing on the only 2 rolls I've had to make this session. You know what? I'm going to go with my real dice. Okay.
Sorry, Leo, what was that?
Oh, I was just suggesting one of each.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Okay, well, the first one was a 4. So that's, I hope that ain't it. Investigation, roll 20. 5! Great!
What's your modifier?
Plus 3.
With a plus 3.
Oh, wait, that was a 2. Oh, God. Really? And I wasted a whole spell slot. That's...
Yeah, so you don't see anything.
I don't know. I can't find anything, but it's pretty crowded magically with us, I think. I don't know. I just don't know you quite well enough yet to filter your magic out properly, I think is the problem. Not necessarily that there's not anything here. It's a me issue, not a there is no nefarious necromancy here. Huh.
I mean, Hathor, you also have the ability to cast a spell if you'd like to do it.
I mean, you seem a bit more confident with your magic than I do, so...
I'm just gonna find a patch against a wall and sit down and just start doing magic.
Yeah, take 10 minutes to ritually cast it. Yeah, no worries. You roll investigation with advantage then.
Okay.
Changing d20s, lads.
Maybe the wizard should be the one who rolls investigation.
Yeah, not the
Do you have a plus 3? Not a disaster, but...
I'm a plus 5.
The dice are not with me today.
You're a wizard.
Oh, fucking... Okay. That's, whoo! A nat 1 and a 18.
Okay, well there we go. An 18 is fine.
I was like, wow. The dice gods really don't want us to get past the first
is where
arc.
The arc ends
Yeah,
because you
the
guys
dice gods
can't
just don't want us
see.
to leave this first arc.
You see nothing. Yeah, no, I thought
I rolled it and then that one came up first and I was like, oh dear God, and then I looked in the corner and was like, oh.
Yeah. You wander around past the building. The building has nothing on it. It's a building. It's like a block of flax. It's not interesting at all. It's a building. But the well, you glance over it and there's like a very low. You look in to look at the water, and the water has like a weird purplish sheen through your detect magic. You're like, that's necromancy.
Hathor is looking at the ground. Is the ground looking weird? Is there anything underground?
Let me get to it. A moment, please. You take a minute, like, necromancy in the water, okay, yeah. And you take a minute and you, with an 18, you're kind of looking around and there's a glyph on the side of the well that's glowing. The rest of you can't see it, but detect magic reveals invisible areas and invisible things, and it reveals and it reveals this glyph. Roll Arcana for me.
I'm gonna point it out to Cacula as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean the rest of you are still there, so.
Okay. 14.
Okay, that's fine. You take a minute and you're like, the glyph's invisible. You know the glyph's invisible because of the way the detect magic comes up, and you're like, why would the glyph be invisible? And then you're like, oh, it's an illusion. There's an illusion here. And you take a moment and you cast around, and then you realize that actually, no, you're wrong. It's not an illusion. The glyph is warding something. If you damage the glyph, it's going to open something. You don't know what, but it will open something.
Has Cacula still got his detect magic up?
Yeah, and now you pointed it out, Cacula can see it too.
I had no idea how I missed that. God, I need to practice.
Busy
What is it?
around here?
It's a glyph. It looks kind of invisible, like an illusion, but actually it's not an illusion. I think it will set something off if we touched it. I don't know what, though. Could be an explosion. Could not be an explosion. Lots of options.
I mean, worst case scenario, we should probably prep for. We're in a busy street full of people, and we don't want to go around tapping potentially necrotic, causing massive damage glyphs.
Possible to find, I mean, if it's a kind of magic, could we ask someone about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna flick to the back of my spellbook and draw the shape in it.
Yeah, you can draw the glyph. You can copy the glyph out, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Just the back of the page.
Roll me another Arcana.
Can I aid as I
You can,
also
roll with
spotted it?
advantage.
Nice.
Okay. I roll with advantage, yeah.
Yes, it helps to have friends.
No, thank you. That's a 24.
Nice.
Okay. You're like, you don't recognize the glyph. You're like, it's not abjuration magic.
Mm-hmm.
Probably transmutation, though.
Okay.
Got some good friends who are transmutation wizards.
Mm.
If anyone's going to recognize it, it's going to be the twins.
Okay.
Taking it to swim.
Thinking this is
Send a picture
transmutation.
to the group chat.
Yeah. I know where the twins live.
Yeah, you
Don't
know where the
you,
twins
I?
live. Yeah,
I
you
know where the twins live. Carew and Madrigal could figure. Oh, that's a weird word to say in an Irish accent.
It is Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Magical. That's not his name. It's Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Yep.
Would know. We should probably go bother Madrigal about it.
Right.
You should borrow.
Who's that?
Oh, they're the twins. I think I mentioned them before.
Oh, no, you did. Right. Okay.
Your
New
friends,
people.
right? Persephone likes them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And
Well,
Rosanna
if
does
Persephone
not.
likes them, then I'm sure they must be all right.
They're lively.
Okay.
Be prepared for chaos.
Right.
You would know the twins are both. The twins are from the tradesmen's pillars. Their father is a. Their father's a smith. So you'd be able to find them in the tradesmen's pillars. You also know they wouldn't be at school today. It's a weekend.
Yet another reason why everyone was casting you suspicious looks.
No, not really. Like most students can come in during the weekend, just like
And do
the twins wouldn't.
these two would not.
Yeah, like a lot of students will come in during the weekend and work. Like that's not that weird. The twins would not them as people. It's just not their vibe.
No.
But you know where they live, and you can get there in maybe 40 minutes at a quick walk.
Mm-hmm. We're about to go meet the Weasley twins.
You are.
That's what I've been thinking this whole time when you say the twins.
They are
like
the
a pickup
Weasley
is the
twins.
Weasley
They are the
twins.
Weasley
Good.
twins.
They are the
I'm
Weasley
glad.
twins.
Yeah. Are you all going together?
Well, can we come with you?
Yes. Well water. We can't forget to get the well water.
Get the well water for
That
Meryl.
is a good idea. Do we have any vials?
I'll say Meryl probably gave you a couple. Like you knew you would.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was going to say I definitely should have some. I'm a wizard.
Yeah, you have some. Are you just taking water from this well? Or are you taking water from the other well as well?
Well, we got in trouble last time for not getting both.
With
What was that, Leo?
so
I just said all of them.
All of them. Very well.
every well.
All of the wells
Every
in
well
the
you
whole
see.
city.
If we
No.
have vials, I get the impression that we're meant to take 3 from each well from the god in the sky. I think I heard that somewhere.
I think I had a dream about that last night.
The moon.
Yes,
The moon.
Some kind of brown dog with a blue collar.
Don't,
telling me
don't try me. And don't try me with the moon. I can kill you with it very quickly, Astrid.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I nearly killed Astrid with the moon yesterday.
Oh, lovely. Oh, you did excellent.
That was so close.
Accidentally nearly killed the cleric with the
Love
moon.
it.
What?
Love
So
it.
close.
Okay,
Aleks
let's go.
got me
If
below
Sycamore would
0.
have rolled any lower on that save, you were dead. I was like,
Weasley
oh,
twins.
dear. I have to make sure that
Aleks got me with a below 0 hit points with a spell that meant you can't heal anymore. So we were like looking at it. We were all looking at it, going, because all the rest of them are
Guess I'll die.
the cleric's dead now then. Oh no. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That was not what I expected to happen, but all right then. We've only got one more session left of this.
I thought you could see what hit points I was on.
I couldn't actually. You don't have your hit point up. I had to open your character sheet, which takes time and effort, and I was busy running the moon presents.
I thought it was up.
Your
I thought it shows up in like a bar above my head.
Yeah, you didn't have it on, and I was like, none of you had it on, and I was just like, I have no idea what hit points any of you are on.
I had mine on.
What are the names of the Weasley twins?
Cara, Magical, Nylan. I'll write it in the chat.
Thank you. I need it for my notes.
Notes. I just get distracted listening to everyone and being like, oh, the story, and then I forget to write things down.
Yeah.
This is why we have recordings, so that you can take notes if you want afterwards.
Yeah.
And also I can send you my notes whenever you want, love.
I will be doing that this session.
Yes, they need them because my notes ended at the goblin dying.
Amazing. Okay. So, you guys head to the tradesman's pillar. You take samples of water from all the wells.
And label them.
And label them. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Because otherwise, I'm going to message Mooney after this and point out that you were good archaeologists, and Mooney will be very impressed.
Cacula puts like a little smiley face on the ones that aren't from the Magic Evil Well and a sad face on the ones that are, so we know which one's which.
I'm going to tell Mooney this as well. Oh dear.
Share with your treacherous husband.
How dare you? My wonderful.
He's helped you mod monsters. I don't like him anymore.
You love him.
False. Our love is fickle.
False.
And
you
flighty.
Nobody could ever dislike Mooney. It's not actually humanly possible. I'm not wrong, am I?
Let's go.
He stayed up
Let's go.
3:30 to help me out. Anyway,
the Weasleys.
You guys head over through the Stokes and back towards the tradesman's pillars, and up. And the tradesman's pillars are these fascinating experiences of many small buildings and houses set up on like basalt pillars of stone, and they are some of them are clearly held aloft by magical means because they really shouldn't stay up there, and some of them are held aloft with steel and that kind of thing, and it's kind of this great feat of engineering, and there are little bridges between them, and small ladders that run up and down are from these like canopied like experience, which is really cool. And you head up Hathor, you know where the twins live. You head up to one of the small houses of no, basalt, not basil. Those are different things.
Mamma mia!
Spicy basil.
It's a breadstick. It's just a lot of basil breadsticks.
You head up to the small house where you know the twins will be. You also know that they'll probably be on their own because their dad's probably at work. And so I guess you knock.
I bang on the door.
There is a moment of silence, and the door is thrown open by a half-elf, a drow in their, I don't know, mid, like early 20s, quite young, long ears, like short-cropped white hair, and like brilliant, like bright white purple eyes, with his arms folded.
Which one am I looking at?
You're looking at Magica.
Hug.
He gives you a hug and ruffles your hair. What do you want?
Uh,
I mean, causing trouble. Karu's in the back.
Ill-advisedly, your opinion on something.
Oh, that's never a thing you've asked for at all, Hathor.
Okay. Friends, more friends. This is magical. The other one is Karu. You'll know what I mean. This is Kitto, Nerin, and Cacula.
Hello.
Nice. Good. Come in. Come on. He leads you inside, and there is a basically identical drow sat at the table, apart from has hair just slightly longer, like maybe an inch longer, and actually Karu has a nick through his left ear as well, from messing around too much with transmutation magic and a mild explosion. And Karu looks up and is like, "Hey, what's up? What do you want? Can we cause trouble?"
You potentially won't want to cause this kind of trouble. Opens the... What's this? Do you know what this is?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Let me have a look. Karu looks over it, shrugs, spins it round, shows it to Magico. Magico frowns. It's a locking mechanic.
Okay.
If you hit that or damage that in some way, it's going to open a door.
Okay.
A door, like, where? Far away, or?
Oh, no, that's like on the door.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah, it's an arcane lock symbol.
A door, what kind of a door? Like to a house, or like to a spell, or like to a plane?
No, like to it's an arcane lock symbol. It's just like, I mean, technically it could be to another plane, I guess, if you were really complicated, but like, no, more like a house. Usually they're invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a detect magic. I'll do that.
Yeah, that'll show it. Yeah, no, it's like it's just a like magical locking system. You damage it, you'll get in.
Okay.
Walk into someone's house.
I don't really think
that's why they're usually invisible, so that people don't do that.
Yes, I don't really think this is the kind of person we should be worried about, breaking and entering into...
Got a house in a poisoned well.
Either you are not in a good situation, or you are causing a bad situation.
Okay, no. It was on the wall on the inside of a well.
Then you probably got a set of stairs down from the well. Like, you would not believe the kind of shit that lives in the sewers under the city.
I think I could. Coming from you, that means literally like 3 things that I can't think of.
There's not many entrances. There's one up at the Sky Docks that you can get into, and there's one... Yeah, that's the only one I know. But that doesn't mean there aren't others. Like, the sewers are a network underneath. Caro and I went and poked a few things a few years ago.
Sewers, of course it's sewers. Sewers it is? Is everyone on board with sewers?
Not that bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, what are you doing? Come on, Hathor, this is not... Look, we haven't seen you since you left. What are you doing?
Work? Is this still work?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. For it, technically.
You're getting paid to go poke around in the sewers? What the fuck? I want to be paid.
Not just that, to be fair.
Oh, there are zombies as well.
Even better!
And a plague, a magic plague.
No, not even better. There's dead children involved as well.
Okay, that's not better.
And also multiple dead adults.
Yes.
Fine. What are you doing? Come on.
People have been getting sick. and we're looking at why. And we've followed a seemingly zombie-riddled rabbit hole.
Well, that's probably where it's leading.
That's what I thought as well.
Whoever the hell is putting an arcane lock on the inside of a well in the middle of the Stokes.
They haven't got good interests at heart.
No.
Certainly not chaotic ones like us.
And I
not good.
want to sleep to make sure I had the right equipment before I went and talked to them.
We certainly do need to do that, and the people who have been infected today probably will be able to save by tomorrow. If the disease is magical, at least, so we won't lose time that way.
Well, we've helped as much as we can. They know a lesser restoration is what it's going to take, so...
Yes, that's true.
I mean, like, if the well's diseased, why don't you, like, just cordon it off?
That's not a bad idea.
Well. If you're going to get someone to test your samples, then perhaps Cacula and I could head back to the Changebringer Temple and,
we can.
Get them to spread the word around.
Hear how they're doing, see if anyone more has been ill, and also maybe do some more mapping people, checking.
To be honest, it's a good idea, but I'm not sure if we really need to get the water tested anymore. I'm pretty sure that this is where it's coming from, and if it's only one of a larger hole, the answer to where the others probably are very well going to be inside, I imagine.
The water being tested might give us more of an idea of how to stop people dying.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, I mean, I would say talk to the alchemists, because the alchemists know shit.
Part of me still wants to talk to him. He's on our side now, and he's very clever. We wouldn't go amiss with more information.
You need help
with also.
Hathor?
I think I'll be all right.
You want us to go make sure certain individuals don't see you?
That would be preferable. That would be very preferable.
We can do that. Mm-hmm. No worries. When are you going? You going now?
Are we going now?
I mean, you have to get there before 6.
Yeah, I guess.
What time is it?
About 2:30.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll run on ahead. Make sure certain people are occupied.
Hey, make it loud.
Always. You know us. But I so hate using evocation.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, no worries. You're friends of Hathor's. Got us more scrapes than we got ourselves into, which is fairly impressive considering us.
I need to make more characters with connections.
You do. Make more characters with connections. They're fun, aren't they?
They're great. This is so good.
Make characters with connections, guys. It's so much fun.
Hey, I need a thing. They have it.
Yeah. Like, yeah. All right. Let's go, because we need to lock up, otherwise Dad's going to kill us.
Yeah, okay.
Magical kind of turns around and has a very rapid conversation with Karu in Undercommon, which I don't think any of you speak.
No,
okay. It's not very exciting, but you don't speak it, so it's not relevant.
Yeah.
And then they heard you out, and Karu locks the door behind, and Magical just kind of grins and says, something loud in about 20 minutes. Make sure you're there.
Understood. You want me to be there when it happens?
No, I want to make sure that because I don't know how long it's going to hold attention for.
Okay,
be
fine.
Like there to take advantage
moving.
of it.
Understood.
Yep. Lovely to meet all of you. Do come round again, especially you. And he points at Cacula and is like, we should compare notes. It'd be fun. And he disappears.
Notes about what? I like your friends, Hathor, but they do confuse me.
That's not hard. They're confusing. I wouldn't take it personally when it comes to these two.
Right. Okay.
Are we splitting the party again?
Are you guys coming with us to the library?
There's not much point us going and being outside because we can't.
Yeah. I mean, basically, only you need to be there.
Yeah.
Only I can go.
I mean, do you want to just
Kitto
go?
want to go?
Does Kitto want to go with you, or does Kitto want to stay with the others?
Kitto wants to stay.
That's fine. Okay, so Kitto
do you want someone with you? I mean, I know you'll have your friends, but
I will be all right.
If anyone thinks so, it should be me and not someone who might be arrested.
Yes.
You could switch it out and Nerin and Hathor go.
Yeah.
Because Nerin's not going to be questioned.
You can come if you like, Nerin.
I'll wear the robes and hop along. And
I mean, to be honest, your sanctum robes are enough that they're not going to question you.
I'll just go along then.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with you two, and then we'll go back to Kitto and Cacula heading to the Temple of the Changebringer. So you guys head quite quickly, but admittedly, as you can see on the map, the tradesman's pillars connect directly to the librarian's quarters, so it's not that far for you. So you quickly run through and head through, and you head back into the librarian's quarter and are completely ignored. And you get about halfway across the quarter when both of you roll perception for me.
What are they doing?
Roll perception.
13.
Okay.
19.
Hathor, there's a commotion. Nerin, there's a fucking dinosaur. What? How? What? It's massive and it's just sort of there, and you can't tell whether or not it's an illusion or not, but it's there.
Nerin will nudge Hathor and say, "Is that your friends? Is that the kind of thing they do?"
Yeah, presumably.
It would either be an illusion or polymorph, but knowing those two, it's probably polymorph.
Probably polymorph.
Probably polymorph.
I will say probably polymorph.
Yeah.
Can I take bets as to which one it is?
Yeah, take bets. Which one do you think it is?
I think it's Karu.
It is Karu. Magical is, you can't see, but Magical is just like watching in wild amusement.
Vibing.
Yeah, having a great time. Because they are drow, they're a lot older than they look, and are fairly significant wizards at this point. Like, you've known them as long as you've been at uni, at school, and you have always known them as much more powerful than you. Like, they started hanging around you because you're cool, but like, their classes are way more advanced than yours are. Which is why they can cast polymorph, because it's a 5th level spell. 3rd level spell?
Shit.
It's a higher level spell than you have access to. Anyway, but it definitely causes commotion, so you're...
I think.
And you guys head over to the School of Materials. Longstorn, the Warforged, is just kind of watching, like looking at the commotion, like, should I bother?
Don't bother. Yeah, they'll get...
If it's one of your lots, not my problem. Meryl said you'd be coming back, so head in. And you head inside. Valen is not there. Yell's not there.
Good.
The post is empty. You head through back up to Meryl's office and knock on the door, presumably?
Yeah.
Door swings inward again, and Meryl is sat poring over some paperwork. That's all. You brought a different friend.
different friend this time.
Name on that one?
Nerin.
Nerin. Meryl Longhurst, lovely to meet you. Come in, sit down. You get what I needed.
More dirty water, but I can tell you it's going to be this one.
Takes it, casts Detect Magic. Yep, that one. Okay. Now I know what I'm looking for. If you give me maybe 10 minutes, I can see if I can do something with it. He just sits and starts pipetting things and mixing reagents. As I say, it takes
the alchemy in the school is basically just pipettes.
Different tons of reagents.
He's got like tiny little rings on his fingers that are attached to pipettes. And he just
the alchemist class, how they attack people is they just get a bunch of pipettes like little mini cannons and they go pew pew.
Like you with the reagents.
Grab hand pipettes everything. Like a centrifuge.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
It takes him about 10 minutes, but he conducts a few experiments on it and then looks up. Oh boy, that's bad. Cool, that's not good. That's not good at all. You said this was from one of the wells?
Yeah.
Cordon off that well. Don't let anyone see it.
We're on it.
Okay.
There's Sebastian is doing that right now.
Good. The
makes a side glance at thingy.
It's just like, I don't know who Sebastian is, but maybe it's one of the friends.
He's like, Hathor's got loads of friends. He must have contacted someone.
This is bad. I can probably make something that will purify this, but you'll need to work out what the source is. And you'll need to stop whatever the source is.
Yeah. We know that we're looking at off waves of necrotic.
Yeah, this is a necrotic binding. I can possibly, as I say, I can do something that will purify the water, but unless you remove the thing that's causing the necrotic binding, it won't last.
We think we've got a bit of a lead. When we looked down the well, there was an arcane lock on the side of it.
So there's an entrance down there. Someone's doing something fairly nefarious. Right. Okay. Be careful. Don't be stupid. Are you going tomorrow?
Preferably.
Okay, fine. He turns around, jiggles something about, comes back and hands you 3 vials of like a red liquid. It won't last longer than tomorrow.
Are you sure? Thank you.
They're not difficult to make, but they don't last very long.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
understood.
They have to be taken tomorrow.
Yep. This is more than enough. Thank you.
As they say, don't take long to make, but short-lived. And it's not like I do enough things to get damaged. You're gonna go into the sewers. They're illogical places to be. I'll work on something to try and make sure this doesn't end up spreading any further. Then come back to me, Hathor. After all this is done. We'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Nerin is like, in Nerin's head, Nerin is like, aren't we having a conversation?
Nerin's like, wow, Hathor has such a complicated social life.
Gotta have more
Look at all these people he knows.
Let me actually check what they do.
I was going to say, what am I adding? I've got 3.
You've got 3 potions. Let me check the page. It's 58, I believe.
Here, let me drink one right now. Find out.
58, page 58.
3 potions of helping. Who knows what they do, but they make you feel better.
Healing. The drinker regains a number of hit points equal to 2d4 plus your intelligence modifier, so 2d4 plus 5.
Just 3 vials of Lucasade.
Yeah, it is. You have 3 healing potions that are 2d4 plus 5.
Okay.
But as I say, they will only last tomorrow. If you don't use them tomorrow, they will become inert, because they are alchemist healing potions rather than like actual healing potions. Welcome to I nicked this from Eberron, because this guy's just an alchemist. Like, I just ran him under the alchemist stuff under Eberron. Risco can do this. Makes our life easier. Anyway, so you have that now. Meryl kind of goes back to his paperwork and stuff and goes, unless there's anything else you need.
No. Great.
Lovely to meet a monk from the Sanctum, though. Never gets
not talking. Nerin is like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Nod.
That's
They're
very
shy.
I'd noticed. I'll see you soon. And kind of opens the door with his mage hand again for you.
Thank you.
Leaves.
You head out. Longthorn is now kind of like watching, is like looks at you as you leave and kind of like, whatever's going on over there stopped going on now, so you good?
They're in trouble. There we go.
Didn't do anything?
Never said you did. Let's.
Grins. His faceplate's rearranged so that he's grinning.
Mildly terrifying.
I was going to say that's a very threatening way of saying that.
That's how Warforged work.
I know this, but I don't like it.
You're in campaigns with Warforged.
Yeah, but he's got a fun moustache.
Hathor doesn't show it, but inside Hathor is going,
A what? The faceplates move so that they can do the thing. Anyway. Yeah, but he's got a fun mustache. It's just like a good summary of Temple, I guess. Yeah, but he's got a fun mustache. And a huge amount of emotional trauma.
And a gun.
a gun.
A gun. So I presume you guys head out to meet Becky and the others. Okay. We'll go back to Kitto and Cacula.
Okay. Cacula's just like watching the others go like, what do you think he meant? Compare notes. He said it.
I wouldn't think too hard on it.
You could ask him for something.
No,
Do you think is he asking me on a date? He's very handsome.
Do you want to roll insight on him?
Yes, actually, yes, I will. I hope I do terribly, so Cacula keeps being as confused as possible.
Roll insight and I'll...
yeah, did awful. Unfortunately I have a +5. 12.
Yeah, you've got no idea what this is about.
Good. Huh.
Wait, does Kitto?
Roll insight.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this.
Astrid has no idea what this is about.
That's a 16.
That's fine. Yeah, he's flirting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's flirting. Like he's flirting. That was the point.
Okay.
Yeah, my pretty constellation boy who can't talk. A date.
It was, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, yeah. It seemed like, yeah, he probably wants to spend some time with you. There's not notes on anything in particular.
Oh. Huh.
You know.
No one's ever asked me to compare notes.
Should we go?
Yes. Well, right.
Amazing. Okay, so do you guys head to the Temple of the Changebringer?
No, we go to the well.
Oh, I thought we were going to go to the temple to like tell them to cordon it off, but we're going to cordon it off straight away.
Are you going to go cordon it off yourself?
Well, I think Cacula is at least going to go and put a little note on it, so he doesn't want anyone to come get water while we're at it. Yeah.
Sure, you put a note on it.
Okay, well, yeah, that's...
I'll just stop off and just put a little... Because I don't want anyone drinking from it while we're at the temple.
Yeah.
That would just be really unfortunate.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
You put a note on the well.
You know what? Yeah, he's gonna get onto the ground and write, please do not underscored like 5 times. Drink from this well. Extra diseased. In brackets, magically, sad face. And he's gonna stick that on there.
Okay.
With little stars on all the eyes.
Yeah. Okay, do you then head up to the Temple of the Changebringer?
Right, that should do for now. Right? Doesn't need anything else. No, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we can go to the temple.
Okay. You head inside. Are you looking for someone in particular?
Yeah. Zyra.
You're looking for Zyra. Okay,
Yeah, she's there.
You head and you see the older tiefling woman is actually currently in the temple, and she kind of looks up. Oh, hi again. Do you want Zyra?
If that's all right.
Yes, she's in 1 second. And she heads back around and comes back in a minute with Zyra, who is in her half elf, in her usual form rather than her changeling form.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes in and is like, hi.
Hello. We found the well.
Good.
I put a little note on it, but I thought it'd be best if you probably, cordon it off a bit.
Right.
There's probably like an evil little house inside.
We're looking into it. We've got leads. It should be alright by tomorrow. We're hoping.
Okay.
Just for now.
Did you make me laugh?
Astrid with the phrase "evil little house inside."
It was just the comedic timing. You should probably cordon it off. There's an evil little house inside, and then dead silence, and Kitto going,
Like buzz of like, wait, what?
Yes. The water's just a bit infected, and it will be until we find the source of it.
Right. Okay. I'll send conviction out to make sure it's fine.
That'd be good. Thank you. Are you all right? Recovering okay?
Yes. Still a little weak on the old magical front, but getting better.
Getting better.
Yes.
What about more patients? Have you seen anyone?
No one today. No.
All right.
Hopefully, that's a good sign.
Hopefully that'll be the last of them.
Well,
if we manage to find what we hope to find, anyway.
Yes. I will make sure that conviction has it cordoned off.
That would be good. Thank you.
No worries. And if you need anything, you know where I am.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll let you know if anything comes up. Should we?
Yes, we should probably head back.
Get some rest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
how's your soup, by the way? Did you have a good soup?
Yes, it was lovely. Zaren's made sure I was okay.
Good. I'm very glad.
Yes.
Seems like a lovely boy. Right.
Yes.
We should be off.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yes, and to finish us up, you guys reconvene briefly and share information with each other. And are you heading back to Rosanna's for the evening? Are you splitting up?
I'll still head back to my because I gave the address to.
Yep, that's fine.
I don't want to not be there in case anyone's there.
Kitto.
Kitto's gonna go get a drink from somewhere.
I live in an inn.
Just saying.
Cacula lives in an inn currently.
Yeah, he probably will try and follow Cacula back.
Okay, that's fine. We'll come back. We'll come back to that.
I live in an inn.
Nerin.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
We'll come back, Nerin.
No, must happen now.
Shush. You're going to go back to Rosanna's?
If that's what Hathor's doing.
Yeah, Hathor will, presumably.
Maybe gonna try and convince Kitto to come back to Rosanna's, but also kind
do
of...
it. Do it. Convince Kitto to come back to Rosanna's then.
Yeah, okay then, DM. I'll agree. If Kitto is offering to go and get a drink.
Okay.
Are we going for?
Yeah, you can.
Drinks.
You know, I live in
Nerin, do you want to
They
come?
have drinks there.
That's
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys head back to Nerin. You said you were coming as well. Yes. Everyone is going.
I mean, that Hathor is as well, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
everyone's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
for a drink first. Yeah.
I don't think we'll be long.
You head to the inn that Cacula's been staying in, which is a slightly nicer inn than the Ogre's Tusk. It's called the Bull's Head, and it's a fairly nice place. A little bit more upmarket, and you get yourself a drink, the silver piece for all of the drinks.
I'll pay for them.
And sit around the table, and it's quite quiet so the Ogre's Tusk is always very lively and full of people. This is a lot quieter. It's a bit more it's quite close to the edge of the Stokes near the guilds, so there's a bit of a slightly nicer clientele sometimes. It's peaceful. There's a bard in the corner playing quietly. Other than that, you're kind of left on your own.
Thank you, Hathor, for going.
Just drinking quietly.
Thank you, Hathor, for going back to the university. By the way, today.
It's fine. Trust me. It went okay. Probably not quite in the direction that I hoped, but it was done. And got what we needed.
It is, and I really appreciate that. I don't think it would have ended very well had I accompanied you.
I know there is actually security on the door. So,
well, that really would not have.
Yeah,
that would not have been.
I'm not going to pry, but is it that bad?
It's just within the walls of the university. They did chase me a little bit outside of them. Just a bit. Hence, this is where I live now. Because I can't go back to my house. But it's fine.
So you grew up in the librarian's quarter?
No, not really. Around there, though. My father was a merchant, quite a wealthy one, and my mother was the daughter of one of the, kind of more noble, horrible people. And kind of, I guess, just lived in a normal house. Nice house, a normal one. And now I do. I live there. Or I don't, as the case may be. I'm not sure who's taking care of it now. Probably no one. All my books. Never mind.
Well, we'll have to see if we can get you back.
Oh, no.
I would hate to leave that many books.
I could get the books back.
We could definitely get the books back.
That would be nice, actually. Because I have a lot of star maps that I'm really rather fond of that I had to leave behind. And I know it's silly, but my favourite dress, too. I don't know. It's just things like that you have to... It doesn't matter. But I wouldn't want to go back there for good. It's a lovely house, but it's quite big, just for one person.
What's the address?
Address.
It's
yes.
You would know the street vaguely, Kitto. It's basically the connecting street between the librarian's quarter and the tradesman's.
Cool. Yeah. Just gaining that knowledge.
Yeah, it's like there's so the tradesman's pillars is like all of this area that's very highly set up, and then there's a few kind of like more residential areas that sit on the edges of the tradesman's pillars, and one of the houses that's right next to it's like right next to the librarian's quarter. They're fairly they would be classed middle class, not the
okay, yeah.
It's a middling class kind of area.
Cool.
Yes, I don't know. I much prefer your house, Hathor. It's so full of friends and life and family and warmth.
Every day I come downstairs and there's a new child at the dinner table. It's bustling. It goes.
It must have been a nice way to grow up. Just surrounded by friends all the time.
You have absolutely no privacy.
That's true, I guess.
Is necessarily friends. I mean, I'm not speaking for Hathor, but if you grow up in a big group.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Agree. They're family? I guess they're friends. Yeah.
They're yours.
Mm.
That's a good thing to have. I think anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, Kitto, you're welcome to go have a look at the house if you like. There's not much there. It's pretty easy to tell apart. It's got some constellations in the Iron Gate. It's kind of a family thing.
Oh, a family thing with your parents also. They also know about the stars.
Yes. No. Well, hence the name. Cacula. Constellation.
Oh. I didn't
It's a bit of
know that. What?
It's a kind of a sad story.
What does it look like?
I'll point it out to you if you like, one of these days.
Okay.
I mean, all the constellations have a story behind it, but it's a bit of a heavy burden to lay on a child, I think, Cacula. Do you know it? I'd be happy to tell you if you're interested. But you have to say if you're not, because...
No.
I'm interested.
This is... Yes.
Okay. Well, Cacula was the servant and lover of a great hero thousands of years in the past, so the stories say. I've never been able to find anything to properly substantiate it, but I like to imagine that it's true. The hero was noble and brave and true and loyal, and his servant was just as much. But one day the hero was betrayed by one of his friends, and his lover was the only one to spot the blade coming towards the neck of his beloved, so he sacrificed himself and died. And the hero wept for days. Eventually, the gods saw his love was so true and so strong that they flung the body of his lover into the stars so that he may always see him. So I guess it's about, loyalty, sacrifice, and love. Ultimately, love, dedication. It's a beautiful story, but very sad.
Your family seem very intense.
I don't know. I guess from that they would seem as such. I don't really remember them that well. But it's nice to have little things like that, I guess. I've thought about it a lot, did they just like it? Did it have some kind of special meaning to them? Or was that something that they wanted me to do, qualities they wanted me to embody? But
you don't know?
No. And I think I've kind of learned to stop thinking about it. I'll never get to the end of it, and There's no point losing sleep, I guess, if you'll never know. And if you'll never have the opportunity to try.
Kitto's gonna look sad and get another drink. Just stand up and like.
Was it something I said?
Is he back? Yeah. Yeah. You can. No. No, not at all.
I can't
That's
remember.
good, at least.
Did we all agree in the first session that we're all orphans? Am I imagining that?
No, we did not.
You're not.
Out of character, we did, I think, but
No, we did
not in character.
No, we didn't. Because
Okay, I don't know where I've conjured that
like,
from.
I'm like, no, there are members of you who have family. Like, it's just you two who have no parents.
Okay.
Sad.
It's just you two. The other two have
Okay,
family.
ignore me.
Never
Never mind.
then. You infected me with your misinformation, Astrid.
Yeah, no. Cacula's parents are dead, and Hathor never knew.
You
But
assumed I had no parents because I like to have no parents and that I don't have to come up with any.
yeah, but you do have parents, as does Kitto.
Made the DM.
That's another story, isn't it? You'd have to ask, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Enough about me, anyway. You don't want to... It's a lot of information.
I
Sorry.
quite literally asked.
So, I'm not really used to having, kind of meaningful conversations as such. You probably get that impression from, everything about me.
Oh, you're...
But I've never really had any friends, so it's kind of
Well,
nice.
I like you.
Thanks.
I feel like you should hear me say that. That was very West Country.
Yeah, where did you go then?
We're going everywhere.
You're on a trip. Thank you. And for the record, I mean,
like you should hear me say that.
I hope I made it obvious enough, but I like you all too very much. Kitto, those robes suit you more than they ever did me. Very dashing.
There's like a little blush there. I don't know if you see it or not, but it's there.
Cacula doesn't know anything. He probably
Definitely
is just
not,
like,
but...
that's just what his face looks like.
Hathor is like...
Yeah, thanks. They did the job, and I like the doodles as well. The stars. Yeah.
Well, it's hard to keep my attention on much apart from the stars, to be honest. Again, you probably get that impression from everything about me. I'm not hard to read or find, apparently. I don't know. I'm glad you're all here anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm glad I'm here too.
No one had ever invited me for a drink before, so...
Ever?
No.
Not ever. What? You're at university and no one ever asked for a drink.
Oh.
I'm surprised.
I don't know.
Look, yeah, I should probably go.
Right,
No.
of course. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you all. You need to get
No,
sleep.
no, it's not. Yeah, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
You've got somewhere to go, right? Because you're welcome to take the bed. I'm happy to take the floor here.
And to come back with me, we have a whole house. Don't need to find a room to bunk down in.
And it's
No, I've got.
I could come to stay, otherwise I just have to sit there while Hathor writes lots of things on paper.
I'm not writing anything tonight.
But it would still be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Opera sleepover?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, yeah. Thank you. Yes. Be nice.
That sounds like a wonderful time.
Okay.
Well, I shall see you all tomorrow. I don't know what people do at sleepovers. Don't do too much of it. We do have to go in.
The offer is always open, Cacula.
Thank you. I would, but I
Your
did
dress
promise.
code.
I did give, my details to the temple, and I'd hate if anybody would come over.
You were there today.
Yeah,
We're probably
you should
going
come
back
as well.
tomorrow.
We told them all the information we had.
And if you're really worried,
You should
then
come too.
let's give them new details of Rosanna, and then you don't have to stay here.
And then if you're not there, Rosanna's there.
That's true. All right. Let me just go get my things. I'll be fast. It's only
Put a
one
note
bag.
on the door.
That's a brilliant idea. I'm all right at notes. I've got lots of paper.
Tell anyone.
That you don't need to know that. I'll be back.
You go and collect up all your things and stick a note on the door.
Careful. It says, I am at, and then Rosanna's address.
Rosanna.
If you need help. Smiley face.
That's fair. You come back down and meet back up with the rest of the party.
Right. Let's go. Exciting. Rent? Does she want? No. Is that rude? Is that rude to ask? It doesn't matter.
You head back to Rosanna's, and it's a little bit late when you get back. And Rosanna, most of the kids are asleep. Rosanna wades you in, just kind of grins at the fact that all 4 of you turned up, drags a couple more mattresses into Hathor's room. Get some rest.
Nerin's pretty small. You could probably not even need really much extra mattress.
That's fair. Yeah, Nerin is pretty small.
Cacula is very long and gangly and awkward, so he definitely needs his own mattress unless you want to be potentially hit in the face while you're
Nerin
sleeping.
curled up like a cat in the corner.
Yes!
I don't know if this is entirely wrong, but I imagine Kitto being small.
Kitto is small. Well,
Yeah,
small.
Kitto's like not that tall.
Yeah, because in my head,
Yeah.
Nerin and Kitto could easily both be on a mattress and it would not be an issue.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Head Kitto is small.
And Hathor and Cacula are just weirdly gangly.
I'm
Party split.
my head round P's door, just to check.
Okay, yeah. She's in there. She's asleep.
Okay.
Kurt's sat at the end of the bed.
Okay.
He's also asleep.
Okay. That's fine.
But yeah. Seems like he hasn't left her today.
Good. That was all I wanted to know.
Okay. And you guys all bed down in Hathor's room together. And that's where we will finish the session.
Cute!
Adorable! And there you go, Ruth. That's what a session looks like when you don't have to do combat.
No stabbing involved.
You can do 3.5 hours and no combat. It's really very simple.
It happened. It happened.
Yeah.
I don't jump down the well and gone and stabbed the.
Well, that will be next session.
Yeah.
Evil little house time.
I don't know when next session will be because I've just worked out that next session will be the week that I am aging, and therefore we'll have to work the shit out because next session will be. I just worked out that we're meant to do the last Bloodborne session on my birthday, and I'm sort of like, I should probably move that. Whoops.
Parents might not be very pleased.
Parents might not be super pleased if we do the Bloodborne session on my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
like,
wouldn't do the 10th either.
No, I can't do. I'm not going to do the 10th because we're at yours. I might shift the Bloodborne session to the Friday of that week because you'll be back at yours, so that should be fine. And Grelwald maybe the Monday of that week. Can't do Mondays, Astrid.
Currently remains to be seen.
Okay, well, we'll deal with it when we get there.
Yeah.
But that week may be a bit awkward because, as I say, I am aging and people expect me to do things.
Yeah.
And then also I'm travelling on the Monday and we're travelling on the 10th and the 11th. And then I'm also travelling on the 12th.
The 11th is fine because we'll be back before 2.
That's true.
So
anyway, we can figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
No idea.
We're still recording, by the way.